You know, fans, National Grid has sponsored this year's Long Island Ducks street team, so make sure you look out for your hometown team all year long. National Grid is proud to support the Long Island Ducks and communities around Long Island, and it's committed to the energy needs of Long Islanders today and in the future. The street team, powered by National Grid, will be at a location near you soon, so make sure you check out liducks.com for scheduling information. And fans, voting has officially started for the 2013 Atlantic League All-Star Game. We played in Waldorf, Maryland, the home of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure to visit tinyurl.com.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Swung on and ripped down the right field line. This one is deep. It is gone from CI to see you later.
2-0 here is well hit to right field. Drew Macias going back. Forget it, it's gone! A grand slam home run for Brian Nelson!
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Louis Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Swing and miss for strike three. This ball game is over. The Long Island Ducks win it 5-4, and they are the champions of the Liberty Division. Lions punt up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. And there is a mob scene of Long Island Ducks in right center field. They are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, it's time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight, the defending Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks take on their crosstown rivals, the Bridgeport Bluefish, in the finale of a three-game series, with Long Island going for their first sweep of the season. Well, hello again, everyone. This is Chris King alongside Michael Pollack. Thanks so much for tuning in to Ducks Baseball tonight and making us a part of your Thursday evening. And, Michael, so far this series has gone swimmingly for Long Island. On Tuesday night, an 8-1 victory over the Bluefish. Last night, a 4-1 victory. And as we mentioned tonight, the chance for the first sweep of the season for Long Island, and to do it against their arch rivals, their crosstown rivals, the Bridgeport Bluefish, would make it that much sweeter.
And right now, the theme for the Ducks is every game is just as important as the next. They understand that with about 20 games to go, they're only 2 games out of first place in the Liberty Division standings. Weren't able to gain any ground last night with Southern Maryland winning, but again, it all starts with the starting pitching. We got it from last night with James Hauser, 5 2/3 innings of one-run baseball. The night before, 7 innings of one-run ball for Connor Graham. And the Ducks on this homestand are just taking care of business. They're beating up on their division rivals, the Blue Crabs and now the Bluefish. That's exactly what they need to do. And a series sweep here is going to be exactly what the Ducks are looking for here before they head out on the road for 7 games.
Well, Michael, you mentioned that great pitching. Who better to talk about it than the longtime pitching coach in the Atlantic League, 3 years now for the Long Island Ducks, the guy they call Foukie. Steve Foucault will tell us all about the pitching staff and what they've done of late when we come back to Central Islip.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Byers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com. Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Holiday Inn Islip MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Holiday Inn is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Holiday Inn Islip Airport. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Holiday Inn, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Chris King and Michael Pollack back at Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's game between the Ducks and the Bluefish. Again, finale of a 3-game series. Long Island going for the sweep. It would be the first time they swept an opponent all season long. And the Ducks come in red-hot winners of 3 straight, 6 of their last 7, 7-2 in their last 9 games. Well, the common theme for the Ducks lately has been pitching. The starting rotation has been terrific. The back end of the bullpen as well. So before tonight's game, I sat down with longtime pitching coach Steve Fukoff to get his take on everything. Fookie, as they call him, in his third year as the Ducks pitching coach, his 14th season in the Atlantic League as a pitching coach. He won his first Atlantic League championship in 2007 with the Newark Bears, and he won his second last year with Long Island. So we start our conversation going back to the opening game of this series. Tuesday night, Ducks an 8-1 win over the Bluefish and Connor Graham on the hill. 7 innings of 5-hit, 1-run ball, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Here's Fookie's take on the big right-hander.
Connor's pitched terrific in the start rotation. I think he's had one bad outing, and he was inconsistent, but he's been throwing strikes and making them put the ball in play and locating the ball down the strike zone and challenging the hitters. He's just done a wonderful job, and I hope he continues to do that.
Well, pretty much the same last night, Fookie, as James Hauser goes 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 4-1 win.
He was attacking the strike zone, trying to make them put it in play, but early in the game, they didn't put it in play. They swung and missed, so it got his pitch count a little elevated, but he throws strikes and he challenges hitters and he's not afraid, and I hope he continues to pitch the way he's pitched as well.
What do you expect to see from John Brownell tonight if we can get this one in? He's won 3 of his last 4 outings.
John has pitched well. He's added a cutter to his repertoire and seemed to help him keep off the barrel of the bat consistently, and he's pitched well, and John's a great competitor and he works hard at his craft, and again, I hope he continues to do what he's done as well.
So much interest in Dontrell Willis. What have you seen from him? Take me back to when he first came here and how different a pitcher he is now.
Well, I think I wasn't around Dontrell until this year, so I don't know how his last 4 years have gone for him. He's had a million pitching coaches and a million people tell him 5 million different things, and we just tried to keep it simple and let him have a good time. He's a hard worker. He's a fun-loving guy and great to be around. He seems to be having a good time here, and we just need he's had some positive things happen for him, and we need to continue that flow and hope he does that.
What about for you as a pitching coach? Is that the ultimate challenge, to get someone who's had so much success at the major league level and is still so young and to try to get them back?
No, not really. He's a proven big league pitcher, and he knows how to pitch. It's just a matter of him getting the right frame of mind and try to put out of his mind all the things he's been told the last 4 years and just get back to the basic things, having a good time, keeping the ball down the strike zone, and getting the hitters to hit it at somebody.
Does it change what you do, though, Fookie, when he has such an unorthodox delivery as well with the high leg kick?
Yeah, well, it's not as high as it used to be. That's the first thing I noticed. He is a little bit older. He's still a great athlete and can do a lot of things, but I just want him to have a good time and contribute to this ball club.
And finally, Nick DeBar, who rounds out your current starting rotation.
Well, Nick's had some ups and downs. He challenges hitters, and sometimes that's the fault of his. But he needs to keep the ball down and do some mechanical things he's been working on, and he'll be all right.
Let's head to your bullpen now. They've been outstanding of late as well in the back end, guys. Normally 7th inning, we're going to see Eric Neeson and Ian Snell. Talk about them.
Those guys are both pitching well, as Ian particularly, because he hadn't pitched in a year and a half before this spring. And he's just getting his arm strength back because he hasn't been in a baseball environment every day for 18 months. And he seemed to get his arm strength back. He's throwing in the low 90s now, and he's throwing strikes and keeping the ball down the strike zone. That's helped him a lot. Neeson's going to come out, and he's a power pitcher, and he's just going to challenge hitters, and hopefully they hit the ball at somebody or he strikes them out.
How about the run Jared Lansford's been on as your bridge guy to get to the closer?
Jared's been spectacular after that one poor outing at the beginning of the season. He's been fabulous, and he throws strikes. He comes right at you, and he's a bulldog out there, and a great addition to this pitch staff.
And, of course, on the back end, when you need to close it out, you hand the ball to Leo Rosales.
Leo's done terrific, and he's not always 1, 2, 3 in the ninth inning, but he's a spectacular competitor, and he wants the ball every night, and that's what you want out of your closer.
Finally, Fuki, how much fun was it for you a year ago to add another Atlantic League championship to your incredible resume?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I enjoy watching the players celebrate because it's all about the players. It ain't about us.
Thanks so much, as always, Fook. My pleasure. That is Steve Foucault, again, the pitching coach of the Long Island Ducks. We'll take a break, and when we come back, starting lineups in the first pitch of tonight's game between the Ducks and the Bluefish here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
I love coming to the stadium.
What do you love about a Long Island Ducks game?
The excitement!
The laughter.
The memories.
Spending time with my family.
Watching my grandson's eyes light up.
Dancing with Quacker Jack.
What about you?
A 400-foot shot.
Definitely the food.
Getting autographs and running the bases.
Play ball! For game times and promos for your 2012 Atlantic League champions, visit liducks.com.
I love this game.
Ducks Baseball. It's game time.
Well, that is the Hiawatha Elementary School with our national anthem tonight. The Dream Team, the Belmore Little League Twins, the color guard over at first, pack 600, and the color guard at third, pack 328. Now with our starting lineups, here's my partner, Michael Pollack.
Oh, thank you very much, Chris King, for the Bridgeport Bluefish, who are trying to avoid the three-game series sweep on the Ducks tonight. Iggy Suarez moves up to the leadoff spot and will play second base tonight as Daniel Mayora gets the night off. Austin Crum in left field will bat second. Alexis Gomez back in the lineup. He's the designated hitter and three-man for Bridgeport. Prentice Redmond in the cleanup spot. He is in right field. Luis Lopez at third base. He will bat fifth. Victor Diaz around at first. He will hit in the sixth spot. James Simmons bats seventh and plays center field. Yusuf Carter gets his first action of the series. He will do his catching and bat eighth. And rounding out the order is the shortstop, Brandon Chavez. They will all face Ducks right-hander John Brownell. On the other side for the Long Island Ducks, going for the three-game series sweep, Danny Perales will lead off. He is in center field. Josh Barfield at second base tonight. He will bat second, and Ben Broussard over at first will hit third. Bill Hall on the cleanup spot. He is the shortstop again tonight. Brian Nelson at third base will bat fifth. Joe Ashbrodine around in left field in the sixth spot. Adam Bailey over in right field will hit seventh. Ramon Castro behind the plate for his third straight game doing the catching. He hits eighth, and rounding out the order is the designated hitter. That is P.J. Phillips, and the Ducks will face left-hander for the Bridgeport Bluefish, Hunter Jones.
Well, Michael, we have to talk weather. It is all around us right now. Cloudy, overcast skies. Strong breeze blowing in from right field towards home plate. But we know already in the New Jersey area there are some storms that could be headed our way, so I think both teams want to get this all-important finale of the series in and then get out of here as the Ducks will hit the road for a 7-game road trip starting in Lancaster, PA tomorrow night.
Yeah, the weather's always so unpredictable. It sounded like it was going to be a washout here today when you were looking at the reports yesterday. We had some moderate rain that came in I would say late morning into about noon, but that was really it. Tarp came off the field early in the day, and no rain throughout. So far, so good for these two teams. And you know the Ducks, who are going for the series sweep, want to try and have a lead after 4.5 innings. The Bluefish would like a lead after 5 and try and get out of here with at least one win before they head to Somerset. And the Ducks, of course, would love to end the homestand with just one loss in the 7 games before they head to Lancaster and then Camden.
Incredible. They took 3 of 4 from Southern Maryland. They've taken the first 2 from the Bluefish. We gave you the Duck numbers. The Fish numbers are ugly. They have lost 20 of their last 23 games. That's right, just 3 wins in the last 23 games for the Bluefish. And we are just about set to start tonight's ball game with right-hander John Brownell on the hill for Long Island, the 29-year-old from Norman, Oklahoma, 6'3", 215-pounder, set to begin against Iggy Suarez, the right-swinging second baseman for the Bluefish. So Suarez ready, Brownell into the windup, and the first pitch of tonight's game is taken for a strike on the inside corner, and the count 0-1. Our home plate umpire is Hank Himonen. It's Matt Hensel at first and Alan Reyes around at third. 0-1 to Suarez, and that popped up foul down the right field line. The first baseman, Bren Broussard, gives it a run, but it's out of play. 0-2 now on Suarez, who comes in batting .230, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. John Brownell, 4-4 in his 10 starts, a 4.07 earned run average. Those 4 wins lead the Ducks pitching staff. The 0-2 is down in the dirt for ball 1.
This is going to be the first outing for Brownell against the Bridgeport Bluefish this year. A very nice last outing against Southern Maryland. Back in the day game on June 8th of a doubleheader, 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs and 7 hits. Check out the night game of the doubleheader.
It'll be a 1-2 here to Suarez. And that gets the outside corner. He got him looking. So strikeout number 1 for John Brownell as he rings up Iggy Suarez to open the game.
Not a good breaking ball there from Brownell right over the outside corner of the plate. Suarez did not like the call from Hank Himonen, but that's what makes Brownell so successful. He's able to mix up his pitches. That off-speed stuff has been the key for him this year. That curveball has had some terrific movement on it, and when he's able to hit the corners effectively, that's usually when he puts up good starting numbers.
And that is strikeout number 51 on the year. Brownell now leads the Atlantic League in strikeouts. Here is Austin Crum, the 2-man and left fielder from the left side, and he takes off the plate for ball 1. Crum batting .314 to lead Bridgeport, 2 homers, and he's driven in 18. The 1-0 from Brownell is swung through. May have got a piece of it. A ball and a strike now to the former Yankee prospect.
Yeah, and for Brownell, just 4 of his 10 starts, he's had less than 5 strikeouts, so he has done a good job of getting hitters out with the K, getting ahead in counts, and his key is just to try and avoid allowing too many base runners.
1-1 is just inside for ball 2. Brownell came in tied with former Duck Mike Parisi, who is now with the Bluefish in strikeouts with 50 to lead the league. But boy, what a tough season it's been for the former Duck Michael. Parisi 1-7 with an ERA of almost 6 runs per game. 2-1 is down low, and the Ducks will certainly see him when the Bluefish come back here after the road trip upcoming. It'll be a 5-game series, and certainly they'll use all the starters in that set.
Yeah, I know he was hoping that he was going to be able to pitch in this series. When I talked to him last week in Bridgeport, unfortunately didn't work out that way for Parisi, but you feel bad. He's one of the nicest guys you will ever meet.
3-1 is up and away, ball 4. So a 1-out walk issued by John Brownell to Austin Crum, and the first base runner of the game for the Bluefish.
And Brownell having a little trouble finding the strike zone in that at bat against Crum. Crum, again, one of the better hitters in this Bluefish lineup that has struggled throughout the course of the season. So Brownell loses him there, and now we'll have to face Gomez with 1 on.
Bluefish have scored only 194 runs on the year. That by far the fewest in the Atlantic League. So 1 on, 1 out. Here's the DH from the left side, the 3-hitter Alexis Gomez. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Behind Brownell tonight, it's Ben Broussard at first, Josh Barfield at second, Billy Hall, the shortstop, and Bryant Nelson at third. Joe Ashbrodeen's in left, Danny Perales in center, Adam Bailey in right, and Ramon Castro does the catching. The 1-0 here rides letter high for ball 2, and Castro going to go out and talk with his battery mate Brownell.
Smart move here by Castro just to try and calm Brownell down. Just 1 of his 10 starts this year as Brownell walked more than 2 batters, and that was back on April the 30th here against the Somerset Patriots when he walked 4. He is a guy that very rarely will allow the free pass. He usually is able to get ahead in counts. His one problem this year, a few too many hits. 50 and 59 and 2/3, or check that, 71, in 59 and 2/3 innings entering today's start. And that's something he wants to work on, is limiting the hits.
So we'll see what the conversation yields to. And here it is put in the air off the end of the bat to deep left field. Going back, Joe Ashbrodeen to the wall. He leaps up, and that ball is gone. An opposite field 2-run homer for Alexis Gomez, his 4th of the season. And for the 3rd straight game, the Bluefish jump on top. It's 2-0 Bridgeport.
That ball looked like it was off the end of the bat and would not get out of here, but the wind right now is blowing in a little bit from right field, so I don't think the wind had much to do with that, but as that ball got in the air, it just kept tailing away from the center fielder, Danny Perales, and somehow it gets over that wall in left center.
So again, the Bluefish had 1-0 leads Tuesday night and last night. Ducks scored 8 unanswered on Tuesday, 4 unanswered last night. But here, first crooked number on the board in the series for Bridgeport, and they lead it 2-0. Here's Prentice Redmond, their cleanup hitter, and right fielder, a right-handed stick, and he takes down and away. In the count 1-0 now to Redmond, batting .244, a pair of homers, and he's knocked in 23. The 1-0 is in the air, shallow center field. Moving to his right is Danny Perales towards left center, and he'll make the two-handed grab for out number 2.
I see the thing for Brownell is he needs to make sure he is getting ahead in these counts. He fell behind, threw a first pitch ball to Crum, eventually walked him, fell behind 2-0 on Gomez before allowing that home run. He needs to make sure he's getting ahead in counts and not being forced to lead pitches out over the plate. Doesn't throw hard enough to really blow away hitters with some strikes, so he's got to find a way to pitch to the corners, get ahead with a first pitch strike, and put the pressure on the hitters.
Well, Luis Lopez will give it a try with 2 outs and nobody on. The third baseman swings from the right side in the 5-hole tonight for Willie Upshaw, and he sees strike 1 here. Brownell has had a problem with the long balls. That's the 10th home run he's allowed this year, and that is top 5 now in the Atlantic League for most home runs allowed by a pitcher. 0-1 is in there. Nice breaking ball nailing the inside corner. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Lopez.
And sure enough, out of all of his starts, one of the ones that he didn't give up a home run in was the one he tied a franchise record in allowing 16 hits at York on June the 1st.
0-2 is a late swing and a chopper foul third base side. And that is amazing, Michael. 16 hits against in 6 2/3 innings on June 1st in York.
There was a lot of ground ball, line drive singles. I think there were only 3 doubles that were hit off him in that game, too. They were just singling him to death. And overall, he pitched okay for the most part, but it was just so many hits, one after the other, that Revolution just could not be retired.
0-2 here, misses low and inside. So talk about how hot and cold Brownell has run. You got that game where he gives up 16 hits, and then you got the complete game shutout where he gives up just 4 hits. And again, he's only one of 4 pitchers this year that's pitched the shutout. 1-2 is down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Luis Lopez.
It just shows you how good that York Revolution lineup is, and they've lost a couple key pieces, including Brian Bergamy recently, who went to Mexico, along with right-handed pitcher Nick Green.
2-2 here to Lopez is bounced foul, again third base side. The 9-inning shutout for Brownell was May 20th in Camden against the River Sharks. Also had a 7-inning outing where he didn't allow any runs on just 3 hits. That was in York the first time through, but the Revs saw him twice after that, and when he went back to Pennsylvania for the second game is when he gave up the 16 hits. This one on the ground to second. Josh Barfield slightly to his left, and a flip to Ben Broussard at first, and that will retire the side. But the Bluefish get 2 runs on just 1 base hit. Alexis Gomez's 4th home run of the season has Bridgeport on top of the Ducks 2-0, middle of the first inning tonight at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hi, this is Ray Navarrete, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916.
Well, the Bluefish with a 2-0 lead as we go to the last of the first, and defensively tonight for Bridgeport, Victor Diaz is their first baseman, Iggy Suarez at second, Brandon Chavez at short, and Louis Lopez at third. Austin Crumbs in left, James Simmons in center, Prentice Redmond in right, Yusuf Carter does the catching and just completing his warm-ups on the hill. The 29-year-old left-hander from Tequesta, Florida, 6'4", 250-pound Hunter Jones, who will begin against Danny Perales, the left-swinging center fielder for Long Island. So the Ducks dig an early 2-run hole. It hasn't been a problem in the first 2 games of this series. And the first pitch here in this lefty-lefty is a called strike on Perales. Danny comes in on the year batting .274, a team-best 9 homers, and he leads Long Island with 36 runs batted in. 0-1 here is well hit to center field. James Simmons drifting into left center to his right to make the one-handed grab for out number 1.
And going back to the fact that the Ducks are behind for a third straight game here against the Bridgeport Bluefish. Again, the Ducks with 11 come-from-behind wins this year. It hasn't been a problem for them to come back in games. They just want to have a lead after 6 innings, and they feel pretty good about themselves with the back end of the bullpen pitching the way that they do. And against a starter like Hunter Jones, who has struggled mightily this season, should not be a problem for this Ducks lineup to put together some good rallies.
Hunter Jones 1-5 with a 7.63 ERA in his 9 starts. Here's Josh Barfield, the right-swinging second baseman in the 2-hole. Sees a nice backdoor curve for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hunter Jones, the lefty working from the middle of the rubber, delivers. And this one on the ground to short. Couple of hops for Brandon Chavez. Throws across the diamond to Victor Diaz, and there's 2 away.
The Ducks being very aggressive here. Back-to-back batters on 0-1 pitches. They're swinging away against Hunter Jones. So Jones throwing first pitch strikes, which is going to be a key for him to get ahead of these Ducks hitters. And for the Ducks, they can't get too overly aggressive and start swinging at pitches out of the zone.
First time the Ducks have seen Hunter Jones this year, but they saw him 5 times in the regular season a year ago when he pitched for Southern Maryland. Here's Ben Broussard, the first baseman from the left side, and he takes a strike belt high. 0-1 on Broussard, a .354 hitter in 22 games as a Long Island Duck, 4 homers, and he's driven in 12. 0-1 is grounded to second. He pulled it right at Iggy Suarez. He will throw to first, and 1-2-3 go the Ducks. We head to the second on Long Island. Bridgeport leads it 2-zip.
Hi, this is Adam Bailey, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the second inning. Bluefish with a 2-0 lead over the Ducks, and it's time for the Long Island Ducks injury report, brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. 4 Ducks out on the inactive list right now. Ray Navarrete is out until early in the second half. He is suffering from plantar fasciitis. Matt Way is out with a shoulder impingement, but scheduled now to start on Sunday against the Lancaster Barnstormers in Lancaster, final game of a 3-game weekend series. Ryan Strebe out a few weeks with a wrist injury. Josh Lansford is also out. He is day-to-day with a hand injury. Those are the 4 Ducks on the inactive list. The one active Duck who is injured, Dan Lyons, is out with a foot injury. He is also day-to-day.
So we begin inning number 2 with the Bluefish leading it 2-0, and John Brownell's first pitch here to Victor Diaz, the right-swinging first baseman and 6-hitter, is strike 1. Diaz on the season, a 300 hitter. Again, that's just in a handful of games with Bridgeport. A 1 home run and 3 batted in. As here he waves through the next one, and quickly Brownell out in front, 0-2.
Diaz has been playing some first base too, traditionally a major league outfielder, but he has had some big-time struggles at first base here in this series. A play that he probably should have gotten, instead tried to barehand it, missed it with Ryan Canary, and then yesterday a hard hit ball he could not get down the first base line.
0-2 here is line foul down the left field line as he was out in front of it. The count holds at 0-2 on Diaz. Again, Ducks come in tonight 22-28, second in the Liberty Division, 2 games back of the first place Blue Crabs. Ducks have 20 games remaining in the half. Southern Maryland has 18. 0-2 here is inside for ball 1. Bluefish really struggling, 16-34. Tied for third in the division, 8 back of the Crabs, but again, the 16 wins, the fewest of any team in the Atlantic League. 1-2 here is a foul tip down at the plate, and the count holds on Diaz.
Now the biggest thing for the Ducks, they have improved their home record to 11-12 with the 5 wins in 6 games so far in this homestand, and that's something that the Ducks were not happy about the way they were playing here at home early in the season. Now they appear to be defending their home turf well, and that's something that's going to be key the rest of the way.
1-2 here is up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So as Michael told you, chance to go back to 500 at home tonight with a win, and also to raise their record to 8-2 overall in their last 10 games with a victory. Also would be their first sweep of the season if they can pull it off. 2-2 here is slap foul down the right field line out of play.
Another thing that's a key for John Brownell tonight, he's gotten to a couple of strikes on a few hitters, but hitters have been doing a good job of fouling off some pitches, taking some that are out of the zone, and Brownell's going to have to find a way to do a better job of, once he gets to 2 strikes, putting hitters away quickly instead of allowing them to further extend the at-bats.
2-2 again, and that dropped in for strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Brownell. His second K of the game, 1 gone.
And that's that very good curveball that we've seen from John Brownell this year. Has excellent 12-6 movement. And that one started way up high. No chance Diaz was going to swing at it, but it nicely dropped right over the plate. And for Brownell, strikeout number 2.
If you heard the pregame interview we had with pitching coach Steve Foucault, he told us Brownell has added a cutter to his repertoire, so we'll keep an eye for that cut fastball. As here is James Simmons, the center fielder and 7-hitter from the right side. Drops a bunt down in front of the plate. The catcher Castro fires the first. Not in time, they say. He legged it out. So Simmons, who has been struggling mightily at the plate, tries to get himself going and dropped the bunt maybe 10 feet in front of home plate, Michael, and beat it out for an infield single.
Heads-up play there. Simmons showing his speed, and that's exactly when you're struggling what you want to do. We've seen it a couple times. Ryan Canary did that once. Joe Ashbrodine, when he went through a small struggle, tried to do it. Guys, when they haven't been able to find a way to get on base, just lay that bunt down. Castro made a good play on it and fired a perfect strike to Broussard. But Simmons just too quick and barely beat it out.
And Simmons, 14 strikeouts in his 19 at-bats, back with the Bluefish through 5 games. So here's Yusuf Carter in his series debut. The catcher tonight is Luis Rodriguez. The starter gets the night off. He's the 8-man, and he hits from the right side. First pitch to Carter is just above the belt for ball 1. 282 hitter is Yusuf. 5 homers to lead the Bluefish, and 13 runs batted in. Getting that Alexis Gomez homer last inning, just the 21st of the season for the Fish, last in that category in the Atlantic League as well. 1-0 here is popped up, foul territory, third base side. Bryant Nelson drifting over near the Bluefish dugout, trying to stay with it, and did he catch it? No. I believe it went off his glove and he dropped it. And, Michael, there we see how hard that wind is pushing from right towards home plate. It almost shoved Nelly into the visitor's dugout.
Very hard there. Nelson trying to stay with it, but that wind is definitely pushing very hard towards the third base dugout. And unable to come up with it was Nelson as the ball dropped along the warning track.
So new life for Yusuf Carter. And on a normal night, that's an easy grab for Bryant Nelson. But with the wind taking it almost from the chalk line to the dugout, he wasn't able to corral it. So it's just a strike and a 1-1 pitch now coming from Brownell. And that a late swing and a foul ball high on the first base side for strike 2 to Yusuf Carter, who spent the last 2 years with the Somerset Patriots.
That's unfortunate for Carter because he's got a pretty good bat. Struggled in the first half last year, then really picked things up well with the Patriots. Now he has to serve as the backup because the Bluefish have Luis Rodriguez, a long-time Atlantic League great hitter and great catcher.
1-2 here, framed so well by Ramon Castro on the outer edge, but he doesn't get the call. Narrowly missing is Brownell, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the second, Bluefish lead it 2-0.
Yeah, Brownell's made some tough pitches, just hasn't gotten some of the calls he wants.
Simmons with a good lead at first beyond the cutout, does not go, and the 2-2 here is popped up again to the left side of the infield. Again an adventure. Bill Hall, the shortstop, though, calls it and makes the catch as he ran in on the grass, almost in front of the third baseman, Bryant Nelson. So they finally do get the pop-up out, but not before another adventure, Michael.
Yeah, again, that wind is going to definitely be playing into a factor. We saw yesterday at the beginning of the game, the wind was blowing very hard right towards that right field foul pole, but right after the first inning, it kind of died down, really didn't play much of a factor towards the end of the game. Right now, that wind is blowing hard in from right field towards home plate. We saw it on the foul pop-up with Nelson, and then here again on the pop-up to Hall. And it's not going to be easy for the fielders to try and stay with this baseball.
So here's the 9-hitter in shortstop, a switch hitter batting left. It's Brandon Chavez for the Bluefish. 2 out, 1 on. Fish trying to add to a 2-0 lead, and missing wide here is Brownell. Ducks have won the last 3 straight games from Bridgeport and have outscored them 17-2 in those 3 contests. Ducks lead the Ferry Cup standings 3 wins to the Bluefish 1. Fish won the first game of the season series. Ducks have won the last 3 as Brownell here, thinking Simmons is more likely to run with 2 outs, throws over to first, and James goes diving back to the bag, hands first. Simmons is yet to attempt a stolen base, and now 6 games back with the Bluefish. 1-0 here is a fastball strike on the outer edge. 1-1 now to Brandon Chavez.
Good job by Brownell to get the second out. Now battling back here against Brandon Chavez. Needs to find a way to avoid allowing some more base runners before the Bluefish go back to the top of the lineup.
Chavez batting .211, has yet to homer. He's driven in 7. Simmons goes, the 1-1 inside, the throw by Castro bounced, and I believe it's off Simmons' body before Bill Hall could catch it, but backing him up is Josh Barfield. But James Simmons has his first stolen base of the season, and he's in scoring position at second.
It would have been very tough, even with an accurate throw from Castro, to get Simmons with the jump that he got, but ball was a low throw from Castro, hit the dirt, and then caromed off the back of Simmons, and fortunate that it didn't trickle out in the center field. With Simmons' speed, he could have made it to third.
So Simmons at second as everybody resets here, and Chavez sat out last night, but had a good game here Tuesday, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a walk. 2-1 pitch to him is bounced slowly towards first. The pitcher, Brownell Fields, tries to tag him going by, misses him, and then he has no play. Going to third is James Simmons. So, Michael, I think Brownell got caught in between whether he was going to tag Chavez or flip to first, and he couldn't do either in the end.
That's a tough play. Brownell racing towards the line, got to the baseball there, and it looked like it was going to start to go foul, but Brownell picked it up thinking he could make the tag on the way by. But the runner got right past him, and by that point, there was no chance for Brownell to quickly make a throw to first. And so another little dribbler, 2 hits on the infield for the Bluefish in this inning, and threatening to extend their 2-0 lead.
And this becomes a very big at-bat now. Runners at the corners, 2 down, and back to the top of the order for Iggy Suarez, who struck out looking to begin the game. Righty for Brownell, and he misses downstairs with ball 1. Suarez sat out Tuesday's game, 1 for 3 last night with a single. Boy, the Bluefish have really struggled for offense in this series. Just a single run in each of the first 2 games, an early 2 spot tonight. 1-0 is in the air to center field. Danny Perales drifting to his right, trying to line it up. He will make the catch, and that'll do it for Bridgeport. No runs, a pair of hits, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second on Long Island. Fish on top of the Ducks, 2-0.
Hi, this is pitcher Bill Murphy. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
This one is clocked. Deep left field by Dan Lyons. Going back is left fielder Peter Barrows. He's looking up. That ball will not leave its wingman. I feel the need for speed. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. It's no good. Talk to me.
Hey,
Hey, Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Every time a Ducks hitter goes deep, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all the winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
This summer, LIPA can help you save big on a new central air conditioning system. With up to $1,000 in rebates and up to $500 in operating cost savings each year. And only a LIPA participating Cool Homes contractor can make sure you get all these savings, plus a quality installation for maximum comfort over the life of your system. Ready to save? We're ready to help. Visit lipower.org/coolhomes to make sure that your contractor is a LIPA Cool Homes contractor.
Well, we're back here at Bethpage Ballpark as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0, the Bluefish lead it over the Ducks. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scores from around the Atlantic League last night. Blue Crabs defeat the Barnstormers 6-0 down in Southern Maryland. Kyle Zaleski got the win. Alan Johnson the loss as the Blue Crabs maintain their 2-game lead over the Ducks. Skeeters in extra innings, a 3-2 win over the Camden River Sharks. Bergman the win, Young the loss. And in Somerset, Patriots 2, the Revolution 1. It was Hardin the win, Liriano the loss, and Hunton his 16th save of the year.
In that Freedom Division, Sugarland remains 1.5 better than Somerset. Incredible race, going to go right down to the wire. Bottom of the second begins with the Ducks trailing 2-0, and lefty Hunter Jones drops in a curveball on Bill Hall, the shortstop and cleanup man, from the right side, and the count 0-1 on Hall. Batting .250 in his first 6 games as a Duck, has homered twice already and driven in 10. What a start for the former big leaguer, a veteran of over 1,000 games in the major leagues, but he swings over one here in on the hands, and it's quickly 0-2 on Hall.
And we were speaking of Somerset there. Already saw a tweet that it is raining and lightning in Somerset, and that is to the west of us here, about 90 or so minutes away, so that could be heading our way.
And finale of this series, Ducks and Bluefish would love to get it in. You got to be 5 innings full if the Ducks are trailing to make it official, 4.5 if they're ahead. Fouled away here down the right field line by Hall, and the count will hold at 0-2. And here at Bethpage Ballpark, symmetrical ballpark, 325 down the lines and 400 feet to dead center field with that strong wind still pushing towards home plate directly from right field. All the flags down the right field line basically pointing right at home plate right now, standing out straight. Hunter Jones, who threw a 1-2-3 first, waits for Bill Hall to reset, and now he'll deal 0-2 once again. And that a swing and a miss. He struck him out, so first strikeout for Jones, 1 gone.
Jones looking very confident so far early in this start. Again, he's gotten ahead of every single hitter with the first pitch called strike. That's going to be a big, big factor for him if he can continue to do that through the course of the game. But the Ducks hitters have not seen a ball yet from Hunter Jones. It's been called strike, put in play for the first 3 batters. 2 called strike, a swinging strike, a foul ball, and then the strikeout.
Well, here's a guy I know likes to take a pitch or two, especially to begin an at-bat, Bryant Nelson. So let's see what happens with the switch-hitting third baseman in from the right side against Hunter Jones. First pitch around this time is hit, though, foul, third base side on cue. Nelly proving me wrong, and it's 0-1 on Bryant, who brings in the hot bat. 3 straight multi-hit games. He's now up to 266 with 6 homers and 19 runs batted in. A year ago, Bryant Nelson hit 2 home runs against Hunter Jones. The 0-1 is swung on a miss. Boyd Chase went up with the letters. A late decision to swing. And, Michael, how many pitches now for Hunter Jones, all strikes?
So far, Hunter Jones has thrown 12 pitches, all of them for strikes.
Unbelievable. 12 for 12, nothing but strikes from the left-hander. It'll be an 0-2 to Nelson. And finally, ball 1 of the night for Hunter Jones way outside.
Like I said, if Jones keeps getting ahead, it puts the pressure on the Ducks hitters to possibly chase some pitches that are out of the zone, as they might think that they are strikes. But that one way off the outer edge of the plate. No chance Nelly was going to swing at that one.
So 1-2, and he takes it the other way, but right at the second baseman, Iggy Suarez. To first in the glove of Victor Diaz, and there are 2 away. So 5 up and 5 down for Hunter Jones. Joe Ash Brodeen to try to break it up for Long Island.
And Ducks just don't seem to have that same confidence at the plate here early in this game. Did take them a couple of innings in each outing before they finally got going. Yesterday they did get a run in the bottom of the second, but really would break out later in the game. And in that first game, too, it took them until about the fourth inning before they finally were able to get on the board.
Yeah, the middle innings have been the strength for Long Island. So here's the switch-hitting Brodeen, the left fielder in the 6th hole tonight for Kevin Baez, batting right-handed against the southpaw Jones, who is locked in early, and he gets strike one on Joe Ash. Brodeen batting .319, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in, 3 for 6 in the series. 0-1 is a backdoor breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. Boy, Hunter Jones pitching as if he's double parked here, Michael, and on a night like tonight with the weather coming, he might as well be. He knows there's an urgency, especially with his team having the lead, to get this going. The 0-2 is a swing and a foul tip dropped at the plate, though, by Carter, so that will keep Brodeen's at bat alive and the inning alive for Long Island.
And again, it just puts all the favor in a Hunter Jones when he gets ahead in the counts the way he has. He's been pitching to the inside and outside corners effectively. And it really makes it tough for the Ducks hitters once Jones is getting ahead in the count for them to see some better pitches.
Jones has lost his last 3 straight starts and an ERA of over 7.5 runs per game. He's not pitching like that so far tonight. 0-2 here, bounces in the dirt past Carter to the on-deck circle for the Ducks, and the count remains 1-2 now on Joe Ash Brodeen.
And for Jones, his best start of the year was the one that he got a win on, and go figure it was against the Sugarland Skeeters on the road. May the 15th, he threw 8 innings of 1-run baseball, allowed just 5 hits and a walk, struck out 2 in a 5-2 win.
1-2 pitch is inside, 2-2, and control has been a problem for Jones. 26 walks, second most in the Atlantic League. Only Camden's Brian Bass has issued more free passes. He's walked 32. So good job by Brodeen from 0-2 to 2-2. And let's see what he gets here from Jones. The pitch, swung and slap foul out of play down the right field line. We'll do it all over again.
And that's what's so shocking to see him throwing so many strikes the way he has here early on in this game, is that with the fact that he has walked so many hitters over the course of the year, it tends to fall behind and counts a lot, has to pitch from behind, and often allows the free base. But here, getting the first pitch strike to every single hitter so far.
So another 2-2 to Joe Ash as he waggles the bat above his right shoulder. And that one hit back up the middle and knocked down by the diving second baseman Suarez. Throws from his knees to first, not in time. So an infield single, the first base runner and the first hit of the game for Long Island. Brodeen aboard with 2 down.
Great try there by Iggy Suarez to get that baseball ranging up the middle, but Joe Ash Brodeen just too quick running up the first base line for Suarez to get him out. But still, very nice play by Suarez. Have to tip your cap there to try and make that terrific play and get another 1-2-3 inning.
So we'll bring to the plate the tying run for Long Island. Ducks trail at 2-0 in the bottom of the second, and here's Adam Bailey, who is second on the Ducks with 7 homers, also second with 25 runs batted in. Hitting .264 on the season is the left-swinging right fielder, batting 7th tonight. Hunter Jones wants a new baseball. He'll loop that one underhand to the visitors' dugout on the third base side and get a new ball from home plate umpire Hank Himmonen. Bailey, a nice game last night, 2 for 3, a pair of singles, and he knocked in 2 in the 4-1 win. So big spot here for Adam, lefty-lefty. Brodeen a short lead at first as Diaz holds him aboard. First pitch up and in for ball 1 to Bailey.
Bailey, the longest hitting streak, longest on-base streak by Ducks this year, 16 and 23 respectively.
That came to an end in that doubleheader over the weekend. So tough to keep those streaks going in 7-inning games, and that's where Adam lost his, the day game of the day-night doubleheader Saturday. Missing low here is Jones, so a rarity, Michael, falls behind 2-0 here to Bailey.
Of course, he was one batter shy of getting a chance to come to the plate for a third time in that game. And the guy before him made the final out of that 6th inning, or checked out the 7th inning, preventing Bailey to come to the plate and give him one more crack at trying to extend both streaks.
But I've always said it, Mike, that's where streaks go to die, 7-inning games.
No question.
Unbelievable. The 2-0 here is popped up down the left field line. A long run for Austin Crum, the shortstop. Brandon Chavez there as well. And Crum makes the catch in fair territory, then crosses into foul to end the inning. So that'll do it for Long Island. No runs a hit and 1 man left. 2 complete tonight at the Duck Pond. Bridgeport over the Ducks, 2-0.
Hi, this is Bryant Nelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks Baseball official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, we head to inning number 3 at Bethpage Ballpark. The Bridgeport Bluefish with a 2-0 lead over the Long Island Ducks, and that always means third inning trivia, brought to you by Carvel. Carvel, celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. We'll give you the question here in the top of the inning and the answer in the bottom of the frame, and it does concern championships, Michael Pollack. The Long Island Ducks won their first Atlantic League championship in 2004. They waited 8 years to get their second last year in 2012. Well, when they won that second title, they became the 4th team in Atlantic League history to win multiple championships. The question tonight, name the other 3 teams that have won multiple championships in the Atlantic League. And again, we'll give you the answer in the bottom of the inning. Austin Crum to get it going for the Bluefish against John Brownell, with a fish up 2-0 as we start the visitors' third. First pitch to Crum is pounded on the ground towards second. Brownell can't get it. Barehanding it is Josh Barfield, and he throws it by Ben Broussard. And so Crum is safe. Third consecutive infield hit for the Bluefish.
And the Bluefish are just pounding the ball right into the ground off of pitches from John Brownell, and that one just kind of an in-betweener, hit into the right spot on the right side of the infield, just past Brownell. Too slow for Barfield to get to first base in time. And another infield hit for the Bluefish. 3 of their 4 hits, all infield singles.
Crum does have good speed, 5 stolen bases. He's only been caught twice. And here is Alexis Gomez, who hit his 4th homer of the season the other way. A 2-run shot to left center field his last time up. And he takes a strike, 0-1 on Gomez. Great story this week in the Connecticut Post again from Rich Elliott about what Alexis Gomez has gone through. Try to get back into baseball, was in a horrific hit-and-run car accident back in 2010. Suffered a couple of cracked vertebrae in his neck. The runner goes, and it's hit well again to left center field. This time lined up, though, by the left fielder Joe Ashbrodine, who will make the catch. Heading back to first is Austin Crum, 1 away.
And Brodine had him played perfectly there. He knew where Gomez hit the ball last time out, to the right of the scoreboard in left center as we viewed from behind home plate. So Brodine had shifted and moved closer to left center field there and was able to easily catch up to the baseball and make the grab.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Prentice Redmond, the right fielder, who flew out to center field his first time up. Redmond in the series, now just 1 for 8, a double last night, and he scored their only run in the 4-1 loss. Righty for Brownell, who will throw over to first to get Crum back there. And the Bluefish in each of the 2 games prior in this set managed just 6 hits. They had 5 singles and 1 extra base hit Tuesday. Same thing last night. 5 singles and the Redmond double. That was it. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Prentice Redmond.
And Brownell will pay a lot of attention to the runner over at first, Austin Crum. He does have good speed and can't afford the Bluefish to allow the Bluefish to get some more runners in a scoring position here early in this game.
Remember, he was going on that pitch that was hit by Gomez in the left center field, and here Brownell's going to throw over to first again as Ben Broussard holds him on. Bluefish have not even attempted a stolen base yet in this series. 0-1 is in the dirt. It kicks away from Ramon Castro, and that'll get Austin Crum to second easily. Takes a turn there, and now a man in scoring position with 1 out for the Fish.
A wild pitch there from John Brownell, firing one down into the dirt there, and Castro just couldn't find where that baseball was right away when it popped out and went to his left. And for John Brownell, his first wild pitch of the season.
So 2-0 Fish, top of the third. And now they get crumbing that speed at second base with 1 out for Redmond. Brownell checks him, comes home, and misses high, ball 2. John Brownell, a member of the Ducks championship team a season ago, and the year before that he won the championship of the American Association with Grand Prairie. So back-to-back titles for John Brownell, who was terrific in the postseason both years. Here he misses again with the fastball above the belt, and a hitter's count now for Prentice Redmond at 3 balls and a strike.
Brownell had some struggles early in the season, so how did he try and reverse that? By cutting that famous long hair that he had and went to a shorter hairstyle, and so far it's been so-so for him since he made the haircut.
3-1 here is an inside strike. Prentice Redmond can't believe it. He was a step towards first, and now he will walk around outside the right-hand batter's box to show his displeasure with the call to home plate umpire Hank Himonen.
That was a good pitch from Brownell right on the inside part of the plate, and Redmond just tried to draw the walk, but Himonen was not going to bite and give him the base on balls.
So it'll be a 1-out payoff in this righty-righty. Brownell comes home, looping, breaking ball, misses up high, and it's his second walk of the night, putting Redmond to the open base, Crum still at second, and bringing Louis Lopez to the dish.
And Brownell just having a little bit of trouble. Gotten into some long counts here over the course of this game, and having some trouble finding the strike zone consistently as well. And now the Bluefish really threatening to extend that 2-0 lead here and try and put this game away early on against the Ducks.
Again, to his credit, Michael, it's a nasty night. It is windy, it's chilly, it's tough to keep that baseball where you want to go when the wind's pushing as hard as it is from right field towards home. First pitch to Lopez, misses away, though. It's ball 1. Raw conditions, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
And I can't tell you a season where I've seen in the middle of June weather conditions like this where it's been this chilly and just so rainy throughout the course of the early part of June.
Lopez grounded out to second his first time through, and here he pops it up behind home plate. Castro heading back towards the screen, but it's about 5 rows deep on the fan side, and a ball and a strike now to Louis Lopez.
I don't know, on a night where that wind may not be pushing as hard, that might have stayed in the field of play there, but with that wind blowing right in towards home plate, that might have helped push that ball back into the crowd.
Lopez with hits in each of the first 2 games of this series, and he brings in a 5-game hitting streak. The big game Sunday in their win over Lancaster, going 3 for 4. A big batter for the Fish with 2 aboard and only 1 out, but he does not run well, so a ground ball, as hard as Lopez hits it, should certainly be a double play. Brownell's 1-1 is in the dirt for ball 2, this time trapped nicely by Ramon Castro.
I think one of the keys, too, Hauser and Graham both were getting a lot of strikeouts, 7 apiece, but I think they were able to pitch to contact pretty well and trust the defense behind him. And here, Brownell just trying to nitpick a little bit too much and get the Bluefish hitters to chase out of the zone, and Bridgeport being very patient here tonight, not doing that.
It'll be a 2-1 now coming. And that a late swing. He takes it the other way to right field. Backing up, Adam Bailey reaches up, makes the catch, and both runners have to hold. Boy, did Lopez give it a ride, Michael, into the wind, really showing his strength there the other way.
That's a tough play for Bailey, too. He froze initially, then realized the ball was traveling further than expected, had a race back, but was able to use his speed to catch up to it and keep the runners where they were.
So can Brownell wiggle out of this jam without surrendering a run? If he can get Victor Diaz, he will. He struck out Diaz swinging to open the second inning. First and second now 2 away for the first baseman and righty swinger in Diaz. Puts it in the air to center field. Danny Perales backing up, still going back. Perales in front of the warning track, looks up, he can't get it. It's off the base of the wall. Scoring is Crum, scoring is Redmond. Going to second on the play is Diaz, and it's a 2-run double for Victor Diaz. He's doubled the Bluefish lead. It's 4-0 Bridgeport.
That ball just kept traveling over the head of Perales in center field. Looked like Perales got a little bit of a late jump on it, and just realized that ball was going to be over his head from the beginning. 2 big RBIs there for Victor Diaz, and John Brownell certainly struggling here tonight against the Bluefish.
That was such an adventure, Michael, because of the wind. We saw Danny Perales just trying to find that ball, get himself turned the right way, and by the time it landed, he had no chance. So here's James Simmons, a bunt single out in front of the plate his first time through. 4-0 Bridgeport as Brownell misses down and away in the dirt, and it's ball 1 to Simmons. So Victor Diaz continues his hot play. Was 3 for 8 in the series coming in. 1 for 2 tonight, and 2 big runs batted in. His 4th and 5th of the year. Again, playing just 6 games so far as a member of the Fish is the former New York Met. 1-0 to Simmons is up and in for ball 2.
The other problem, too, for Brownell, he's left a couple of pitches up in the zone, and on a night where the wind is creating as much adventure as it is, you got to make sure you're throwing pitches down in the zone, force the hitters to keep the ball on the ground. That's something that Hunter Jones has done thus far, has gotten a lot of ground ball out to the game.
2-0, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1, and detailed the struggles of Simmons earlier with the strikeouts, 14 strikeouts in 19 at-bats. In fact, last night, Michael, he only struck out twice. And that was the first time in 5 games that he didn't have a hat trick. He struck out 3 times in each of the first 4 games he's played with the Bluefish this season. Here he takes away, though, and the count now 3-1. So a guy that's really been struggling at the plate. And John Brownell still can't find a way to throw him strikes.
And he ended up driving in the only run of the game last night for the Bluefish with a sac fly to right.
So 3-1, Diaz off second. 2 on the board for the Fish and a 4-run lead. 3-1 is a swing and a miss, and now he's got him set up with a count full.
That curveball has been effective for Brownell. I think he needs to just throw that pitch a little bit more. It's been staying over the plate, and the Bluefish hitters haven't been able to hit it too well, so try and keep using that curveball to get ahead in counts and get strikeouts.
So it'll be a 3-2 offering as Brownell comes set below the belt. And here it's pop foul up high on the first base side. We'll do it again. The bunt single by Simmons his first time through, his first hit of the series. He was 0 for 7 in the first 2 games. So Brownell just trying to limit the damage here. The Bluefish have 4 runs on 5 base hits. Another payoff pitch on the way. And that popped up in the air, left center. Again, a bit of an adventure with the wind, but this time it is Danny Perales calling off Joe Ashbrodine and making the grab. The center fielder puts it away to retire the side. But not before the Bluefish get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was a walk and 1 man left. Middle of the third tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. It's now the Fish 4 and the Flock nothing.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Connor Graham, and you're listening to the Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
I love coming to the stadium.
What do you love about a Long Island Ducks game?
The excitement.
The laughter.
The memories.
Spending time with my family.
Watching my grandson's eyes light up.
Dancing with Quacker Jack.
What about you?
A 400-foot shot.
Definitely the food. Getting autographs and running the bases.
Play ball! For game times and promos for your 2012 Atlantic League champions, visit liducks.com.
I love this game.
Ducks Baseball. It's game time.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
Ducks trail at 4-0 as we head to the home third, and time to wrap up our third inning trivia brought to you by Carvel. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. In the top of the inning, we told you the Ducks, when they won last year's Atlantic League Championship, picked up their second title. Of course, they won their first back in 2004, and they became the 4th team in Atlantic League history to win multiple championships. Michael Pollack, I know you know who the other 3 teams are that have won multiple championships in the ATL.
Yes, I do. The Somerset Patriots have won 5, and I'm going to guess the years as well. I believe they won in 2001, 03, 05, 08, and 09.
That is correct.
Newark Bears 2, 02, and 06, and the York Revolution 2, 2010 and 2011.
Bears 02 and 07, so you were close.
02 and 07.
06 was Lancaster's
Oh, you're
year.
right.
Very close, though, exactly right. So, again, those are the 4 teams that have won multiple Atlantic League championships, of course, led by the Somerset Patriots with 5, but the Bears, the Revs, and the Ducks now 2 apiece. Here's Ramon Castro to lead off the home third with the Ducks down 4, and up and in misses the lefty Hunter Jones to him with ball 1. Castro, the catcher, batting from the right side. He's in the 8th slot tonight for Kevin Baez, and he's hitting .246 on the year, 3 homers, 9 driven in. 1-0 is taken foul to the netting behind the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, scary to see that first pitch come up and inside of Ramon Castro. If you remember yesterday, Josh Butler threw a pitch up and in and hit the back of Ramon Castro after he had hit a deep foul ball down the left field line, and the two exchanged some words. And the first pitch from Jones to Castro tonight coming up and inside as well.
Be a 1-1 here. And he takes it the other way into right field. Prentice Redmond came in, then moved back and made the grab for the first out. And, Michael, we should point out, though, after Castro got hit, he scored what proved to be the game-winning run, so he did get the last laugh.
That's exactly right. And Castro, I'm sure, would have liked to add some more damage late in the game. Ended up striking out his last 2 times at the plate. But ultimately, in a close game like that, I'm sure Butler didn't intend to do it, even though it was a deep drive. It was a foul ball. You don't want to put extra runners on base, especially against a Ducks team that has played better than the Bluefish so far in this series and on the season.
Here's the DH in the 9 slot tonight, P.J. Phillips, fouling one straight back to the backstop. 0-1 on Phillips, hitting .243, 2 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. And Castro last night went 0 for 3, watching his 5-game hitting streak come to an end, but again did score the game-winning run for Long Island. 0-1 here to Phillips is a foul ball off the gear of catcher Yusuf Carter. 0-2 now to the designated hitter tonight for Long Island.
And again, Hunter Jones just stepping up onto the mound, working quickly, trying to keep the Ducks off balance, throwing strikes, and getting ahead of these Ducks batters. That's why he has been so effective to this point.
Well, he is working quickly as he knows there's some nasty weather in the area. Bottom of the third, Fish with a 4-run lead. The 0-2 is a swing and a miss. He went after a high one at the letters, and it is strikeout number 2 for Jones, 2 gone for Long Island.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you get ahead in the count, 0-2, as long as he throws it somewhere near the middle of the plate, even if it's up or down, he's going to force these Ducks hitters to chase some of these pitches that they don't want to necessarily be swinging at. And for a guy in Jones who has had so much trouble with his command over the course of the season, he certainly appears to be in dominating form tonight against this Ducks team.
Well, back to the top of the order for Danny Perales, flew out to center field to begin the game for Long Island. So right into the glove of his counterpart tonight, James Simmons. Lefty-lefty matchup as Jones comes home. And that one taken the other way. Through the left side, yes, just through under the glove of both the third baseman Lopez and the shortstop Chavez. A seeing eye single the other way for Danny Perales and a 2-out runner for Long Island.
I was going to say, that is the definition of a seeing eye single. That went right into the perfect spot in the hole on the left side, just past Lopez, just past Chavez. And so Perales picks up the second hit of the game for the Ducks. And right now, again tonight, for the Ducks, they need to find a way to find those open spots on the infield, especially with what the Bluefish have been doing, just getting 3 infield hits so far over the course of this game.
Joash Brodeen had a 2-out single last inning. Danny Perales a 2-out single this inning. That's been it offensively for Long Island. So here's Josh Barfield, the second baseman, who grounded out to short back in the opening inning. Jones staring at Perales at first, and then coming home and getting a foul ball at the end of the bat of Barfield for strike 1. A year ago, we mentioned it, Hunter Jones, 5 games against the Ducks with Southern Maryland, all of them starts, some pretty good numbers, a 1-0 record, 3.72 was his ERA, but he did give up 4 home runs to Long Island, 2 to Bryant Nelson, 1 to Dan Lyons, and 1 to Reed Gurecki, and some big home runs as well. Jones set away from the letters and holding that set before the 0-1, which is letter high for ball 1. Dan Lyons actually hit a game-tying home run off him in the top of the 8th in Southern Maryland, a game the Ducks went on to win. Reed Gurecki had a leadoff home run against him, also in Southern Maryland. Same game Bryant Nelson took him out as well. And Bryant Nelson doesn't hit a lot of home runs from the right-hand side, but he did last year. Only hit 4 long balls batting righty all year, and 2 of them were against Hunter Jones. Here he misses high, and he falls behind Barfield, 2 balls and a strike.
And Barfield being a little bit patient here, that's what he's going to need to do, try and force Hunter Jones to leave a pitch out over the plate. That's where Barfield has had a tremendous amount of success this season and picking up some hits when he has gotten ahead in counts against opposing pitchers.
So Jones just trying to get it to the dugout with the lead at 4. And now an important 2-1 pitch as he stares down Perales and comes home. And it is looped foul up into the club seats in the upper deck behind home plate by Barfield. 2-2 the count on Josh.
Jones had success against the Ducks during the regular season, did not face them, though, in the playoffs in the Liberty Division Championship Series, which the Ducks won 3-2.
I was a little surprised, too, Mike. I was trying to remember if he was on the roster or not because he didn't start and he didn't relieve, which would be unusual in a 5-game series. 2-2 coming to Barfield as Perales right at the cutout at first base. And that a swing and a foul tip down into the dirt on a nasty curveball from Hunter Jones.
I have a feeling he was on the roster, but I just don't remember. You're right. It's extremely odd to see him go and play, be as successful as he was against the Ducks, but not make it onto the playoff roster, and if he was on the roster, to not pitch at all.
Pitched 18 games in the regular season, 15 starts, 3 relief appearances with Southern Maryland. That was his first year in the Atlantic League a year ago for Big Hunter Jones, a 6'4" left-hander. 250 pounds is what he's listed at. And here he'll come 2-2 to Barfield, with the Ducks trying to slice into a 4-run deficit. Holds the set a long time and finally comes home. And, another inside-out swing. Fouled it back to the screen, did Barfield, to just barely keep himself alive.
It looks like he was on the playoff roster last year. When I'm looking back, it looks like he was on that playoff roster, but just did not come into any games.
I was surprised myself flipping through the box scores this morning that, number one, I didn't see him start, and then number two, I didn't see him relieve in the 5 games. Of course, the Ducks beat Southern Maryland in 5, then beat Lancaster in 5 to claim the Atlantic League crown. Good battle here, though, by Barfield against Jones. He just won't give in to him. Another 2-2, and that missing up as the breaking ball was high, and he's run it full. So that'll send Danny Perales running from first base on a 2-out payoff pitch. Barfield can hit a gap here. Ducks can get on the board and get something going, trailing by 4 in the last of the third. Diaz holds on Perales at first. Jones stares him down, and now the 3-2 is in the air to left field. Crum coming over, he won't get it. It drops in front of him. Perales will stop at second, and the Ducks trying to get something going here with 2 outs, back-to-back singles by Perales and Barfield.
A good piece of hitting there by Josh Barfield. Good at bat, fouled off a couple tough pitches, got it to 3-2, and on the 8th pitch of the at bat, pulls a single into left field, and that's exactly what the Ducks wanted to do: get 2 men on with 2 outs and bring up the big bat of Ben Broussard.
So Perales at second, Barfield at first, and here's Broussard, who pulled it on the ground to the second baseman Suarez to end the first inning for Long Island. Broussard slowly getting ready as Hunter Jones mops his brow with his right shirt sleeve. Right in the middle of the rubber is the southpaw. Big exhale as he checks second. And the pitch inside, spinning Broussard off the dish for ball 1.
Now, that looked like that was coming up right towards the head of Broussard. Unfortunately, the ball broke over the inside part of the plate, but missed inside for the first ball of the at-bat.
So the count 1-0 on Broussard. 3 for 8 in the first 2 games of this series. A couple of checks of second, then the 1-0. Down and away, great job by Yusuf Carter, sliding to his left to block that ball in the dirt. Well, the Ducks would have had 2 runners in scoring position.
That's a play we usually see Luis Rodriguez make. He is such a good defensive catcher for the Bluefish, but gets the night off tonight in favor of Yusuf Carter, and Carter makes a terrific play to keep the runners where they are, and now is going to go out and have a quick chat here with Hunter Jones.
Hunter Jones missed all of 2011 with Tommy John surgery, so last year was his first year back as he tries to work his way back to the major leagues. Had 14 games in the big leagues with the Red Sox in 2009 and the Marlins in 2010, so got to be tough to be finally, Michael, get your dream, get to the big leagues, and then boom, have that arm blow out. Tommy John surgery, essentially have to start all over again, but Hunter Jones, a nice job last year with Southern Maryland, and again trying to find his rhythm this year with a Bluefish team that has struggled much like he has. So the meeting over on the hill, and the count 2-0 now to Ben Broussard. 2 out, 2 on for Long Island. Ducks trail 4-0 in the bottom of the third, and here Jones just can't get in sync with Yusuf Carter, and he'll step off. Wind still pushing extremely hard from right field towards home plate, and this time Broussard wants time. So first Hunter Jones couldn't find it. Now Broussard felt he held that set too long, and he does hold the set an extremely long amount of time. And finally get the 2-0, and that again away and in the dirt. Carter with the block sliding left. It's 3-0 though, and the Ducks are a ball away from bringing the tying run to the plate to Bill Hall, who already has a grand slam in his brief Ducks tenure.
That's exactly what they need to do. Put the pressure on Hunter Jones, get some runners on, try and force him to throw some pitches out of the zone. With a 3-0 count here, I'm sure Broussard will be laying off.
Well, here is that pitch. And he takes a strike on the outer edge at the knees, 3-1, and now you got to green light him, right, Michael?
Yeah, now I would green light him if he gets a pitch over the plate. We've seen him swing a couple times 3-0 this year, but there with Jones laboring and 2 men on, got to let him see a pitch, and now I'm sure he will get the green light.
So big pitch for Broussard and Long Island. 3-1 on the way. Takes a swing at it, but hacks it foul down the left field line. And the count now full, so once again the runners will be in motion on a 2-out payoff pitch.
And Broussard just didn't seem like he had a very good swing there, more of a defensive swing. Kind of fooled a little bit by the pitch from Jones. But now again, as you mentioned, he will have the advantage of the runners getting in motion here on the pitch from Jones.
Well, Saturday afternoon, Broussard had a pair of doubles and a home run in a 3-for-3 game. Here he awaits the 3-2 of the runners going, and it's low and away, ball 4, and the Ducks have loaded the bases for Bill Hall.
Yeah, some back-to-back good at-bats here. It's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. For Barfield and Broussard, putting together some good at-bats, 8 pitches and 6 pitches respectfully, forcing Jones's pitch count up, and the Ducks finally staying patient, waiting for the right pitch. And now let's see if Bill Hall can make the Bluefish pay and hit his second grand slam as a Duck.
Incredible. He had that grand slam Saturday in the night game. He had a 3-run homer here to open the series on Tuesday night. So can Bill Hall work that long ball magic? We will see. Ducks had 2 outs and nobody on, but back-to-back singles by Perales and Barfield, the walk to Broussard, and it's 3 Ducks on the pond for the shortstop and cleanup man, Hall. First pitch to him here is low with no place to put him. It's ball 1. So, boy, Hunter Jones, after getting Castro to fly out, striking out Phillips, thought he was in for a quick inning. It's been anything but since. First time he's really had to work tonight at all. Hall wide open from the right side to face him. And the 1-0 here is lifted foul high in the air down the right field line to even the count.
And as we've seen again, as the Ducks get through the second time in the order, we're starting to see some more productive at-bats, a little bit more patience. They realized they weren't having too much success when they were being very aggressive against Hunter Jones early in the count. So now they're taking a couple of pitches, not swinging at too many that are out of the zone. And we've seen back-to-back good at-bats from Barfield and Broussard. And now trying to see if Hall can put the Ducks on the board here and cut into that 4-run deficit.
Let's find a way to get aboard because, again, Bryant Nelson on deck with 2 home runs a year ago against Hunter Jones. So, boy, Nell, is licking his chops. As this year he hasn't hit a home run batting right-handed. All 6 have come from the left side. So a 1-1 pitch now to Hall from Jones. But, again, Jones just taking too long. So Bill asks for time, and it's granted. Perales at third, Barfield at second, Broussard at first. The tying run at the plate in Bill Hall with the Ducks down 4-0. Jones checks third, and now his 1-1 is low and inside. Again, Carter with the block to save a run. Ball 2.
If the Ducks do not score in this inning, you have to tip your cap to Yusuf Carter. He has
Yes,
saved about
that's
3
right.
pitches down in the dirt on some great blocks behind home plate on wild pitches from Hunter Jones. And Hall doing what he's supposed to do, staying patient, laying off those tough pitches, and Carter doing an excellent job keeping them in front of him.
Well, Hall with 10 runs batted in his first 6 games as a Duck, trying to add to that total right here. Ahead in the count, 2-1. And here's the pitch. And that chopped foul, third base side. Kevin Baez will field it on the warning track and flip it into the seats. Count even on Bill Hall.
That call tried to pull an outside pitch there. Big swing. He's got to try and make that swing a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. That's what's led to some of the strikeouts is that big swing. But a big strike there for Hunter Jones.
So Hall back in. Jones a quick check of third. Holds the set right above his belt as he stares home to Yusuf Carter, and now he's going to step off. So, boy, I think this inning alone, or actually this last 4 at-bats, Hunter Jones has been on the hill the same amount of time he was in the first 2 2/3 innings. That's how long
what it feels like.
It's incredible how it's slowed everything down. He was pitching, as I mentioned earlier, very quickly prior. 2-2 here is a call, third strike. Oh, Hall doesn't like it, but a huge K for Hunter Jones, who wiggles out of the jam. For Long Island, no runs, a pair of hits, a walk. They leave the bases loaded. 3 complete tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Bridgeport Bluefish 4 and the Long Island Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Want to know what happy tastes like? Well, treat your taste buds to Carvel's new Iceberg and Carvel Latte beverages. A Carvel Iceberg starts with your favorite soda, like Coke, Fanta Orange, and Barks Root Beer. Blend in ice and vanilla flavoring. It's then topped off with Carvel's famous soft serve ice cream. And try a new Carvel Latte, a dynamite mixture of coffee and hazelnut or Irish cream flavor, blended with ice and topped off with whipped cream and crunchies. New Carvel Lattes and Iceberg drinks. That's what happy tastes like. Only at Carvel. Visit Carvel.com for the location nearest you.
Hey, Duck fans, you want all the latest inside info on your defending Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks? Then follow Ducks President and General Manager Michael Pfaff on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucksGM. You'll find out first right here about player transactions, special stories, and so much more. You'll also be able to interact with Michael directly and get his take on all things Ducks baseball. Head to twitter.com/LIDucksGM today and make sure to follow along throughout the entire 2013 season. It's game time.
Chris King and Michael Pollock back at Bethpage Ballpark, where we've played 3 innings tonight, and the Bridgeport Bluefish lead the Long Island Ducks by the score of 4-0. For the Fish, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. For the Flock, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. And to take us across the next 4 frames is my partner, Michael Pollock.
Oh, thank you very much, Chris. 4-0 Bluefish, as you mentioned. The Ducks had a big opportunity last inning on a borderline strike call there that goes in favor of left-hander Hunter Jones. Strikes out Bill Hall. Ducks strand the bases loaded. And that was certainly a problem in that one game, which the Ducks lost to the Bluefish so far this season, back up in Bridgeport last Tuesday, in which they left 12 men on base. So here's John Brownell for his 4th inning tonight. First pitch is taken downstairs for ball 1 from Yusuf Carter. Carter popped to short in his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. Brownell, the right-hander, works from the windup, and his 1-0 on the way. It drops outside, and quickly ahead is Carter, 2 balls and no strikes. This is Carter's first action of this series. Luis Rodriguez caught the first 2 games. Carter gets the start here in the final game of the series. And here he hits one right back to the mound on one hop. Brownell will field and fire a strike to first. And there's one away here in the top of inning number 4.
I guess Luis Rodriguez is not Superman, even though he homered for the only run on Tuesday night at 39 years old. Willie Upshaw has to give him a night off every now and then, despite as well as he has played defensively and offensively this season. What an incredible career it's been for the Machete, but the rare night off tonight for Louis.
And how rare has it been? The Bluefish, not a home run hitting team, dead last in the league in home runs, and they've hit 2 here in this series. 1 in the first game by Rodriguez, and 1 here tonight, a 2-run shot by Alexis Gomez. First pitch to Brandon Chavez from Brownell, misses downstairs. Again, he falls behind 1-0. Chavez reaching his first at-bat. A little dribbler up the first base line, and Brownell just barely missed the tag on Chavez. 1-0 outside, and again Brownell now behind 2 balls and no strikes on the lefty swinging shortstop for Bridgeport. Infield slightly shifted. Shortstop plays a little bit more up the middle. Third baseman Bryant Nelson well off the line at third. And a 2-0 here right on the outside corner. Good fastball for strike 1.
Brownell needs that quick inning, Mike, just to get his confidence back. He was out there so long in that visitor's third, giving up the 2 runs on 2 hits, but really laboring.
2-ball, 1-strike pitch here. That missed, I guess, a little bit down low, and now it's 3-1 on Brandon Chavez. To this point, Brownell 69 pitches, 38 for strikes. Not his usual efficient self here tonight. And the 3-1 on the way here to the number 9 hitter is hit on the ground towards short. Backhanded by Hall. The throw over to first in time. Good stretch by Ben Broussard at first base. 2 men down on a pair of ground outs here in the 4th.
I like what I've seen so far from Bill Hall at shortstop, obviously with Dan Lyons suffering a little bit of a foot injury and going to be out for a little while. Hall's been solid each way, going left, going right, strong throws from the hole. I really like what Bill Hall has shown us so far playing shortstop.
And Kevin Baez certainly has a couple of big utility players on his bench. A guy like Hall who can play in the outfield as well as second, short, and third. P.J. Phillips, too, has played second and short this year, and he can play some left field as well. So the Ducks have some good utility options on their roster right now. On the first pitch here to the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Iggy Suarez is taken for a strike, 0-1. Suarez 0 for 2 tonight, struck out looking in the first, fly to center in the 2nd inning. Two Bluefish batters along with Carter that have not reached base. So check that 3 with Luis Lopez. And this pitch on the outside corner, and Brownell quickly ahead, 0-2 on Suarez.
Boy, John Brownell could make it a very quick inning here if he can get Suarez.
That's exactly what he wants to try and do, as you mentioned, Chris. After a long third inning, bounce back and have a quick inning here. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he chased down and away, and that will retire the side. So a total of 11 pitches that inning for Brownell. He retires the side in order for the first time tonight with his third strikeout of the game. And after 3.5 innings tonight, it's the Bluefish 4 and the Ducks nothing.
Hi, this is center fielder Danny Perales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Northeast Facility Supplies is the official janitorial supplier of the Long Island Ducks, serving all of Long Island, both North and South Fork locations to better serve you. We're located in Ronkonkoma and have a complete range of janitorial supplies for all your facilities' needs. Whether it's paper, plastics, chemicals, machinery, or equipment, no business is ever too big or too small for us. Don't forget to ask about our price match guarantee. Visit us on the web at www.nefaci.com or give us a call at 631-563-8119.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as a color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, display your group's artwork, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-DUCK and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. It's game time.
To the bottom of the fourth we go. Ducks trail at 4-0 elsewhere in the Atlantic League. Bottom of the second in Waldorf, Maryland. No score between the Blue Crabs and Barnstormers. In a rain delay in Bridgewater, New Jersey, are the Patriots and Revolution. And how about the New York Yankee game right now? Out in Oakland, they are tied with the A's 2-2. Top of the 14th for the Bombers and the Athletics. Unbelievable.
Marathon game in extra innings out in Oakland. Yankees have gotten off to a rough start in that series, dropping the first 2 games and trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Athletics. Well, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Brian Nelson will lead off for the Ducks. He takes a first pitch strike from Hunter Jones, who has been very good through the first 3 innings of tonight's game, allowing just 3 hits and a walk. And on 0-1 on the way here to Nelson is low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Again, Brian, it was a pair of solo homers a year ago against Hunter Jones. 1 here, 1 down in Maryland. Again, and just say, Mike, he only hit 4 right-handed. The fact that 2 of them came off Jones knows something about him.
Now this one blooped in the air down the right field line. That's going to twist foul. 1 hop onto the warning track, so Nelson now behind in the count 1-2. The Ducks switch hitting third baseman has been hitting the ball well as of late. As Chris mentioned, 3 straight multi-hit games entering tonight. Last night he picked up his 9th 2-hit game of the year and 11th multi-hit game overall here in 2013. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from the left-hander Jones. Looks in for the sign from Carter, now ready to go. And his 1-2 is swung on and hit in the air to left center field. Crum, the left fielder, moves to his left and in. He will make the catch. Nelson retired, and there's 1 out here in the 4th inning.
Also earlier today, Mets at Citi Field in Flushing fell to the Cardinals. 2-1 the final there. So Mets are done. Yankees in a marathon out west, and the Ducks and Bluefish here, just about to the midpoint of this contest.
Got NBA playoff action later tonight at 9 o'clock. Game 4 in San Antonio between the Heat and the Spurs. Big game for the Heat as they trail 2-1 in that best-of-7 series.
Yeah, getting embarrassed in that Game 3 loss. And stayed up till 1 o'clock last night. I did, Michael, to watch the Blackhawks beat the Bruins in triple overtime in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. What a game.
I unfortunately did not stay up. I would have loved to. I think playoff hockey is fantastic, and what a finish. Of course, a double deflection on the final goal as Brodin takes up and outside here for ball 1.
It was that old adage that coaches always say, though, just throw it on the net, good things happen. It was not meant to be a goal, and it was wristed by Michael Roosevelt from the point, but you said it. Changed direction twice, found the back of the net, and delirium in Chicago.
And Brodin takes a pitch that appeared to be outside, but it ends up being a called strike. Brodin does not look like he appreciates the call there from Himonen, and the count even at 1-1. Brodin reached on an infield single up the middle that was stopped by the second baseman Suarez. And is only at bat of the game back in the second. 1-1. That's on the ground to the right side. This time Suarez will field on a couple hops, throw over to first for the out. And again, Jones, for the fourth consecutive inning, has retired the first two batters of the inning. 2 away and nobody on for the Ducks.
Remember, we talked about this coming in. The Bluefish have won only 3 of their last 23 games. They are desperate to get a victory here tonight. And boy, with the way Jones is pitching, they're looking strong early on.
And they would certainly like to get through 5 innings tonight with some potential rain heading across Long Island. Bluefish want to try and get through 5 innings with the lead in case the game cannot resume. First pitch on the way to Bailey is up and inside. Bailey has to back out of the way. And the count 1-0. Bailey fly to left in his first at-bat back in the second. Had a productive night in last night's game. 2 hits, 2 runs batted in as part of the 4-1 Ducks win. Be a 1-0 from the left-hander. Bailey will take, and this one in at the knees for a strike to even up the count. You look up to the lights out beyond the outfield wall. You can already see it is misting a little bit. Either some mist or some fog that is rolling through. Don't see many, if any, umbrellas out in the crowd, though, yet. As here, Bailey, a weak swing and a miss, chasing a pitch way down and away. Jones 1 strike away from another 1-2-3 inning here in the 4th. Bases empty, 2 men out. 4-0 the Bluefish lead the Ducks. 5 hits to 3 in favor of the Bluefish. The 1-2 on the way from Jones is swung on and fouled off the mask of the catcher Carter. And that keeps the count at 1-2.
Bluefish will head to Bridgewater, New Jersey to take on the Somerset Patriots this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, the Ducks will start a 7-game road trip of their own tomorrow night at beautiful Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, PA.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way is swung on and missed for strike 3. Ball down in the dirt. Carter will field and throw over to first for the out. And another 1-2-3 inning, as that is the 4th strikeout of the day for Hunter Jones. So the Ducks go in order, and we take this game to the 5th, 4-0 in favor of Bridgeport.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
This one is clocked. Deep left field by Dan Lyons. Going back is left fielder Peter Barrows. He's looking up. That ball will not leave its wingman. I feel the need for speed.
Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. No good. Talk to me.
Hey, Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Every time a Ducks hitter goes deep, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all the winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Well, fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. All proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks.
So we move to the 5th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Long Island Ducks trail at 4-0 as John Brownell goes back out to the mound for his 5th inning of work. Meanwhile, in the Yankees and A's game, they are now going to the bottom of the 14th as Mark Teixeira just popped out with the bases loaded and 2 out. They intentionally walked Cano with runners at first and second to face Teixeira, and he popped out to extend that game.
I know Robbie hit a 2-run homer in the first inning of that game, so the Yankees haven't scored now in 13 straight frames.
Well, here is Austin Crum to lead off. Crum has been on base twice so far tonight, and the first pitch is taken for a strike from Brownell, 0-1. Crum a walk and a run scored in the first, infield single and a run scored in the third. He has produced half of the Bluefish's 4 runs. 0-1 from the right-hander. kicks and fires, and Crum will swing and bounce one towards first. Fielded on the short hop by Broussard. He will take it to the bag himself. Crum retired for the first time tonight, and there's one out here in the fifth. So that'll bring up the designated hitter and three-man for the Bluefish. That's Alexis Gomez.
Since giving up that two-run double to Victor Diaz, John Brownell has now retired the last 5 in a row.
Might be settling in here a little bit, but it's up to the offense to try and pick him up, as they have done for the last 2 nights after both Graham and Hauser fell behind 1-0. And here, first pitch swinging, Gomez taps it foul, and the count 0-1. Gomez, a 2-run home run out to left center field back in the first inning. His 4th home run of the year, and then he flied to left in the 3rd.
I was talking about that story Rich Elliott wrote about Gomez. When he cracked those vertebrae, Michael, in his neck in that hit-and-run car accident, doctors weren't sure he'd ever walk again. Amazing story.
Doesn't sound very fun, as here a chopper past the mound. The shortstop Hall racing in, fields, and throws on the run just in time at first base to get Gomez. And that's the second out here in the 5th.
Well, Bill Hall got a lot of zip on that ball as he had to charge it, get to it, exchange, and fire. And Ben Broussard fully extended high with a glove hand to rope it in.
Hall definitely seemed to not be sprinting into that ball, but a high chopper over the mound. And by the time Hall got it, had to throw a laser over to first and just got it in time. So Brownell looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Here's Prentice Redmond at bat, and he swings at the first pitch, pops it foul. First base side out of play. The count 0-1.
And Bluefish can feel the bad weather is nearby, and they know if they can get through the Ducks in the bottom of the 5th, it would be an official game. So I think they have a little more urgency here at the plate, Michael, than we've seen earlier in the game.
Certainly seems that way. 0-1. Redmond will swing, and he misses. Out of ball diving way down and away. First 2 batters saw just 2 pitches, pair of groundouts, and now 2 pitches, 2 strikes for Redmond as they try and get through here in the 5th and bring the Ducks up to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning. 0-2 from Brownell, and this one is swung on and lined in the air to center field. Perales on the run. He's going to let it drop in front of him. Probably wasn't going to be able to make the catch anyway, so it is a 2-out base hit for Prentice Redmond, his first hit of the night, and the Bluefish have a 2-out man on first for Luis Lopez.
Shows you how much the Bluefish have improved here in the final game, too, Michael. They had just 6 hits total in all of Tuesday's game and all of last night's game, and here they are at 6 hits in the midpoint of this contest.
Definitely seem to be taking advantage of John Brownell, who has struggled a bit here tonight. 1 on, 2 out. Here is Lopez, who's been retired twice in his 2 at-bats. First pitch on the way. Lopez takes low and outside for ball 1.
They also only had 2 extra base hits in the first 18 innings of the series. Had 2 extra base hits in the first 3 innings tonight.
Lopez from the right side is grounded to second and fly to right in his 2 trips to the plate. Brownell ready to go. 1-0 pitch. Line deep in the air down the right field line. Slicing foul and out of play. Up out by the speed pitch down the right field line, and that evens the count at 1-1. Wind is whipping here at Bethpage Ballpark in towards home plate. Appears to be misting slightly here. Don't see too many umbrellas out yet. But definitely a chilly night. 1-1 from Brownell. This one is bounced over the mound off the glove of Brownell. He fields behind the mound, throws to first in time for the out. Nice play by John Brownell, knocking the ball down, recovering, and throwing to first for the out. So for the Bluefish, they get no runs on 1 hit. They leave a man on base. We're halfway through. We've played 4.5. It's 4-0 Bluefish, but we're going to keep things right here for God Bless America tonight, which is going to be performed by the Norwood Avenue Elementary School.
The traditional 5th inning stretch, right, Michael?
Exactly right. Ridgewood Avenue Elementary School with God Bless America here on this Thursday night. 4-0 Bluefish. We're back with the bottom of the fifth after this.
Hi, this is Ray Navarrete, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Mr. Savemore, it's happening again. I know our electric costs went down after all that new lighting you did through LIPA's lighting retrofit program, but this month's bill is even lower. Should I contact LIPA this time?
No, Millie. There's still nothing wrong with our LIPA bill. This time I took advantage of LIPA's AC retrofit program. Our central air system was, let's say, not too efficient anymore. You remember last summer. With LIPA's AC retrofit program, I replaced all our units, here in our offices, in our warehouse, and our showroom. With LIPA's increased rebates and lower cooling costs every summer, our new AC systems will pay for themselves in just a few years.
Oh, Mr. Savemore, you did it again! You save more!
LIPA's commercial AC retrofit program can reduce your cooling costs by up to 30%. Over time, that can mean thousands. Call 1-800-692-2626 or visit lipower.org/retrofit. LIPA, we're working for you.
Bluefish lead the Ducks 4-0 in the final game of this three-game series. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Hunter Jones back on the mound for Bridgeport. It'll be Ramon Castro, P.J. Phillips, and Danny Perales. 8-9-1 in the Ducks order here in the bottom of inning number 5. First pitch on the way. Castro swings away, and he pops it up in the air to right field. Moving back is Prentice Redmond. Now he has to move to his right and will make the catch. And on one pitch, Ramon Castro retired. He is now 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to right, and there's one out.
There we see that wind again, though, as Redmond, you called it, Michael, had to go one way, then quickly back the other as that wind grabbed a hold of it. So every fly ball, a bit of an adventure. And for the Bluefish, this is 2 outs away from an official game now.
That's definitely what they were looking for. First pitch swinging from Castro, he pops to right. Now P.J. Phillips will come to the plate. Phillips struck out his first time up. Jones awaits on the mound as Phillips steps into the batter's box. And the first pitch on the way from the left-hander. And Phillips will take a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Phillips in last night's game was 0 for 4. Tough night for him. He was the only Duck that did not reach base at least once. And here, a ball low and outside, and it's now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, last night, game number 50 of the season for the Long Island Ducks, so 20 to go in the first half, the home stretch.
And just 2 games out of the first place spot in the Liberty Division. Ducks also have a pair of games at hand. And here a big swing and a miss on a good changeup that time from Jones, and the count 1-2.
Very unusual, too. The first half ends on July 1st this year. Then the Ducks have 6 home games. Then the All-Star break arrives. So the All-Star break is not the midpoint if you're looking at your schedule.
That has certainly not been the case the last few years. 1-2 pitch way upstairs. That evens the count at 2-2. And so the Ducks, especially here, the Atlantic League, they like to play all makeup games before the new half starts, and that's why the makeup for the game that was postponed in Bridgeport, with the Ducks not returning there, is going to happen now on June 24th as part of a 7-inning single-admission doubleheader. Swing and a miss by Phillips. He chased down in the dirt for strike 3. Carter will throw over to first for the putout. 5 strikeouts for Hunter Jones, and for a 5th straight inning, first 2 batters retired by the left-hander.
The Ducks will finish the first half in Somerset County, New Jersey, against the Patriots on July 1st. The next night, kick off a 6-game homestand here, and then All-Star break arrives with the game going to Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland, for the first time in franchise history for that club, and this their 6th year in the Atlantic League.
Big celebration planned down in Waldorf, Maryland. All-Star voting is already underway. You can take a vote now of the players you feel should head to the All-Star game from both the Liberty and Freedom divisions. As Perales swings first pitch, pops it foul third base side. Just head to tinyurl.com/voteducks. And that'll take you right to the All-Star ballot. You'll be able to cast your ballots for the position players for both the Liberty and Freedom Division squads.
Kevin Baez and staff will be represented as the managers of the Liberty Division at that game, so congratulations to them.
0-1 pitch on the way from Jones. And Perales swings, fouls it off again, third base side, and the Bluefish left-hander quickly ahead here, 0-2. As he continues to throw strike after strike. The left-hander, 70 pitches so far in the game, 50 of those 70 for strikes.
When you've only won 1 game all year like Hunter Jones, there's a tremendous amount of urgency to make sure this one's going to count, and he is really working quickly here in the 5th.
One more strike, he would qualify for a win. And the 0-2 here, checking his swing is Perales. He takes low and outside. Now a ball and 2 strikes on the lefty swinging center fielder. Bluefish on top by 4 as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Bases empty and 2 men out. Perales steps back into the batter's box, and there'll be a 1-2 from Hunter Jones. From the windup, he delivers, and Perales swings, and it's a high fly ball in the air to right center field. Moving over to his right is Prentice Redmond. Gives way to the center fielder Simmons, who makes the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Hunter Jones, who has retired the last 7 Ducks to come to the plate. Ducks go in order. To the 6th inning we go. Bluefish 4 and Long Island nothing.
Hi, this is pitcher Ian Snell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Holiday Inn Islip MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Holiday Inn is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Holiday Inn Islip Airport. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Holiday Inn, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Well, fans, don't forget you can follow along all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Right now, the Ducks at 45 home runs, so well on their way to the century mark.
No home runs, though, here tonight as they trail 4-0 heading into the 6th inning, and Brownell's first pitch misses low and outside for ball 1 to Victor Diaz, who doubled the Bluefish lead his last time up back in the 3rd with a 2-run double over the head of Danny Perales in center field. 1-0 the count. Brownell from the windup kicks and fires, and this one is taken on the outside corner for a called strike that will even up the count at 1-1. Diaz struck out looking his first time up, one of 3 strikeouts for Brownell on the night. 1-1, and Diaz will hit this one in the air to right field for Adam Bailey. He moves in, settles under it, and he will make the catch chest high for the first out of the 6th inning.
By the way, that Yankee game has headed to the 15th inning now. Shades of the Met game this weekend that went 20, but 15 innings in Oakland. Yankees and A's tied in 2. Yankees have out-hit the A's 10-5 in the game.
That means a lot of runners left on base for the Yankees, and that was the case in that 20-inning game between the Mets and the Marlins, in which the Marlins won in 20 innings over the Mets, and the Mets left something like 22 runners on base. They were 0 for 19 in that game with runners in scoring position.
Yep. The general manager said, watching something like that can make you suicidal. That was the quote the next day in the paper when you go 0 for 19 with men in scoring
position. Think that's
position.
a good thing to say about your own team?
Well, that was what happened when they made the moves, right?
Might have been factual.
3 boys shipped out to Las Vegas immediately.
0-1 is a big swing and a miss here as Simmons chased down and away. Simmons 1 for 2 so far tonight. Reached on a bunt single back in the 2nd. Fly to center to end the 3rd inning.
You may be able to hear that wind even picking up in our microphones here as it is really pushing even harder across now from right field towards home plate.
Skies certainly appear to be darkening as the 0-2 on the way to Simmons is swung on and missed for strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Brownell. First strikeout of the night for James Simmons. And there's 2 away here in the 6th inning.
Brownell is now retired 9 of the last 10 batters he's faced since the 2-run double to Victor Diaz that doubled the Bluefish lead.
Well, the Ducks right-hander certainly appears to be settling in here, which is good news for the Ducks. The Ducks' problem, they haven't been able to figure out Hunter Jones so far. They had one big threat when they got the bases loaded and 2 out, but could not put home a run. And they still trail by 4 as we play on in the 6th. Here's Yusuf Carter to the plate, first pitch. And Carter takes low and outside for ball 1. The Bluefish backstop, 0 for 2 so far tonight. He popped a short in the 2nd and bounced back to the mound in the 4th. Brownell ready, and his 1-0 on the way. Is swung on and missed. Big hack there by Carter, the count even at 1. Ducks normal depth all the way around. Third baseman Brian Nelson plays close to the line. 1-1. Breaking ball drops in nicely over the inside corner for strike 2. And Brownell 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 6th inning. Right-hander ready from the windup. Kicks and fires to the plate. And this one is swung on and popped up foul behind the plate. Castro tosses away the mask, chases back towards the screen. But he will watch that bounce into the crowd. Now a mad dash for the baseball in the seats. That'll keep the count even at 1 and 2.
An elderly man made the grab, handed off to a young man who's thrilled to get it. And boy, that ball hit on the walkway between the 100 and 200 levels, and it was so high in the air, Michael, it almost bounced into the club seats in the upper deck.
High, towering pop-up from Carter. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch again, and this one is low, blocked at home plate by Castro. And now the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out, and the base is empty.
The gentleman who grabbed it immediately gets on his cell phone. I got a ball tonight at the Duck game. Can you believe it? It's great stuff. Love it.
2-2 from Brownell. That is swung on and tapped foul behind the plate. And Carter battling against Brownell here to stay alive. Wind continues to blow. The mist continues to blow in the wind, but no rain really yet, and not enough to force the tarp out on the field. 2-2. That is fouled off once again from Carter, out of play. 3 straight foul balls now with the count even at 2 and 2. Carter really forcing Brownell to throw some extra pitches here to try and get through the top of the 6th inning. Brownell ready again, delivers, and this one just missed low and inside, and that has run the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I think Brownell wanted that one, just didn't get the call. Castro framed it nicely, and now 1 more pitch at least.
3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big breaking ball, back-to-back strikeouts put an end to the 6th inning. 5 Ks for the right-hander Brownell. Bluefish go in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still Bridgeport 4 and Long Island nothing.
Hi, this is James Hauser, left-handed pitcher, and you're listening to the Ducks Baseball on Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Want to know what happy tastes like? Well, treat your taste buds to Carvel's new iceberg and Carvelate beverages. A Carvel iceberg starts with your favorite soda, like Coke, Fanta Orange, and Barks Root Beer. Blend in ice and vanilla flavoring. It's then topped off with Carvel's famous soft serve ice cream. And try a new Carvelate, a dynamite mixture of coffee and hazelnut or Irish cream flavor, blended with ice and topped off with whipped cream and crunchies. New Carvelates and iceberg drinks. That's what happy tastes like. Only at Carvel. Visit Carvel.com for the location nearest you.
Now that Metrex is the official nutrition bar of the Long Island Ducks, they're fueling their powerful lineup with delicious high-quality protein to support lean muscle and strength. So that in 2013, the Long Island Ducks can have their best season ever. Uh-oh. Metrex, shaping every body.
Well, after tonight, the Ducks hit the road for a 7-game road trip, 3 in Lancaster, PA, 4 in Camden, New Jersey. They return home a week from tomorrow, next Friday, June 21st, kick off a big 8-game homestand with the first of 3 against the Sugarland Skeeters. To get your tickets, go to the Bethpage Ballpark box office, online at liducks.com, and over the phone, 631-940-TIXX. It'll be 3 against the Skeeters, followed by 5 against the Bridgeport Bluefish. And again, Michael mentioned it earlier, but that game on your schedule against Bridgeport, listed for Monday, June 24th, as a single game, is now a single admission doubleheader. 2 7-inning games. It'll begin at 6:05 to make up for the rainout these teams had a week ago tonight up in Connecticut.
Gates will still open at 5:35 for that game, but as you mentioned, Chris, 6:05 start time, half hour earlier than originally scheduled, and the 2 teams will play 2 7-inning games to make up for that rainout back on June the 6th. 2, 3, and 4 for the Ducks in the order here in the 6th inning as they try and get something going offensively against Hunter Jones, who has pitched well to this point. He's allowed just 3 hits, all of them singles, and 1 walk, while striking out 5 in the ball game. And Josh Barfield to lead things off for Long Island. Jones gets the sign from Yusuf Carter. First pitch of the inning on the way. And this one is taken low for ball one. And we have a visit from some big Ducks fans. The children of my colleague here in the broadcast booth, Chris King, Connor, and Maggie saying hello along with his wife Beth. Here a ground ball to short on a 1-0 pitch. And a throw over to first is in time for the out as Josh Barfield is retired and there's one away.
Well, the King children are so excited, Michael, because it is JFK Elementary School night. The school they go to in East Islip is here. But my daughter Maggie had acting lessons tonight right through 8 o'clock. So she knew with the weather perhaps being bad, she might not get a chance to see her friends. And she's doubly thrilled. She gets her duck game in and she gets to see her friends and get her acting lesson in too as well.
There you go, acting lessons. Very nice.
Big production coming up. She is the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. That's a big role.
That
big
is
role.
A very big role. First pitch here is downstairs for ball one to Ben Broussard, who has bounced to second and walked in his 2 plate appearances tonight.
I told her she's one of the big 4 in the Wizard of Oz.
That's exactly right. 1-0 here is pop foul, third base side. That'll even up the count at 1-1 on Broussard. Well, last night was 1 for 4 at the plate. Tonight's still looking for his first hit.
See, I'm not even counting the Wizard. To me, it's Dorothy, it's the Tin Man, it's the Scarecrow, and the Lion, right?
Not even counting the Wizard.
Those are your big 4.
Wow. 1-1 downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Not even the Wicked Witch either?
Yeah, the Wicked Witch I put in my B group.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And Toto, B group. Toto's in the B group. I tell Maggie she's in the A group.
The Chris King Wizard of Oz depth chart.
That's right.
2-1 here is grounded to the right side. Suarez, easy play over to first. Broussard retired. Back-to-back groundouts here. And that's now 9 straight retired by Hunter Jones since the Ducks loaded the bases with 2 out in the third. Long Island still struggling to get the offense going here in the finale of this 3-game set. 2 out, the bases empty, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Bill Hall.
How about that? 9 straight for Jones, 10 of 11 for Brownell. Both pitchers finding their rhythms here in the middle innings.
Certainly has made this game zip along a little bit more. The first pitch upcoming here from Jones to Hall. Left-hander from the windup deals, and Hall will take outside corner, and that is strike 1. Again, Jones has been very efficient in this game, throwing a lot of first-pitch strikes, 79 pitches overall, 55 of which have been for strikes, and he's ahead of Hall, 0-1. Pitch on the way, and this one is taken inside to even up the count. 4-0 Bluefish lead it, bottom of the 6th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Final game of a 7-game homestand for the Ducks. Long Island has gone 5-1 thus far in the first 6 games. 1-1. That is on the outside corner as Jones continues to work the corners effectively here tonight, 1 and 2.
The biggest thing about the homestand, Michael, is just winning both series. Took 3 of 4 from the Crabs, won the series from the Bluefish. They hadn't won a series at home prior. It played 6 series, lost 5, and split the 6. So got to win those series on your home field, and they did against 2 big division rivals.
Mission accomplished in that regard as the 1-2 misses up and inside here to run the count to 2-2. I'll tell you what, though, the team in the clubhouse last night saying that it was very important to take this game, keep pace, not lose any more ground against the Blue Crabs, who last I checked were ahead 2-0 in tonight's game against the Barnstormers. So the Ducks want to try and keep pace at least and stay just 2 games back before they head and face a Freedom Division opponent in Lancaster, who they have struggled against so far this season. 2-2 on the way. Hall will swing and bounce it foul along the third base line past Kevin Baez. So Hall battling here to stay alive. Now it looks like some of the fans are starting to make their way up towards the concourse. Some umbrellas popping out too, and it looks like the rain is starting to fall here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Now we look into the lights in the left field stanchion, and we can see it. It's picked up a little, but certainly still playable. No doubt about that for now, or maybe not, as our first base umpire, Matt Hensel, may be waving the Bluefish off the field.
And they indeed are. So the grounds crew is going to come out, take the tarp, and put it on the field with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning. They do not want to hesitate. They know that the rain could come hard and could come quickly. So it's 4-0, bases empty with 2 out and a 2-2 count on Bill Hall. And some of the Bluefish players looking at the umpires here asking why they called for the tarp at this point. We will take a break and come back here, talk a little bit about the game so far. 2-2 the count, 4-0 the score here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hi, this is pitcher Jared Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination. Well, we are back here at Bethpage Ballpark. The tarp has come onto the field here, and we are in a rain delay tonight between the Ducks and the Bluefish. So far, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. The count was 2-2 on Bill Hall with 2 out and the bases empty when the rain started to fall. And the first base umpire, Matt Hensel, who is the crew chief, called for the tarp at 8:20 p.m. tonight. And so you have our first rain delay of tonight's ball game. We'll keep you updated on the status of the game here on the broadcast and as well at twitter.com/LIDucks. But so far, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Bluefish. They got their 2 runs in the first and 2 in the third. And for the Ducks, no runs, just 3 hits and no errors so far tonight. And Chris King just hasn't been that same night for the Ducks that they had in the first 2 games of the series. It was similar in the fact that they fell behind to the Ducks, but they haven't been able to get the offense going like they had in the first 2 games.
That's a credit to Hunter Jones, no doubt about it. And again, John Brownell has really settled down nicely after giving up 2 in the first, 2 in the third, but Jones has been on his game all night long, so give him credit. Again, the hope is the game will resume. Monday we had about a 45-minute rain delay, got the rest of the game in. We know from the radar there certainly is a large system that is moving this way, and it is an official game. If it does not resume, it would go down as a loss for the Long Island Ducks. But the hope is it can blow through and we can get the remainder of this game in, which, again, would have about 3 innings to go with the Ducks trailing in this one. And, again, 2/3 of the way through the home 6th.
And as you can see, the tarp crew putting the tarp on the field, and they're going to weigh down the tarp as much as possible. It has been a very windy night here at Bethpage Ballpark, and with some storms coming through, a big storm that delayed the game in Bridgewater, New Jersey, between the Patriots and the Revolution. It looked like, as far as the last tweet I saw, they were scheduled to get underway at about 8:40 p.m. So we know it's a storm that's moving through and there is some space behind it. The question is, how long will it take for that to get through, and how will the field be after it? The field here at Bethpage Ballpark does drain very well. But with that strong wind, with the potential for some thunder and lightning, too, along with the heavy rain, Ducks tarp crew is going to have to weigh down that tarp, stake it into the ground very well, in addition to try and make sure that it does not fly away.
Well, we talked about it, though, Michael. If it does not resume, the Ducks have still won the series. They've won back-to-back series. A 5-2 homestand for a team that had not won a series at home is very respectable. And, again, important for the Ducks to keep that momentum going into Lancaster. As you mentioned, they're 3-4 against the Barnstormers. All 7 previous games in Pennsylvania. Lost 2 of 3 the first series. Split a 4-game set their last time at Clipper Magazine Stadium. So I think they've built a lot of momentum during this homestand. The task now for Kevin Baez is to keep it going through 3 games in Lancaster, 4 in Camden before they get back home for an 8-game homestand, which, again, will bring them almost to the end of the first half with just 19 games to go following tonight's contest.
And you know, after last season's Atlantic League Championship Series, the Barnstormers will not allow the Ducks to get any win, don't want to allow the Ducks to get any win, and want to try and play spoiler here. But the Ducks certainly have a lot more to play for, and they will go into that series at least 2 games behind, if not possibly 3 games behind Southern Maryland. The Barnstormers enter tonight 9.5 games behind the Sugarland Skeeters in the Freedom Division standings, so the Ducks certainly have more of a chance to win the first half title. And for the Ducks, what do you think, Chris, is going to be the key to that series in Lancaster?
Yeah, just keeping the pitching going. I mean, you know the Barnstormers have struggled, but, Michael, they hit so well in that park. I think, obviously, the pitchers so far in this series have done a great job for Long Island. They need to keep that going. Dontrell Willis scheduled to go tomorrow, so that will be certainly an event with him pitching in Lancaster, PA. But I think think, we talked to Steve Foucault about the starting rotation and the back end of the bullpen. That's been the strength of late. If they can keep both of those as well as they've gone of late, I don't think they'll have a problem doing a nice job on that road trip and then getting back home for Sugar Land, the hottest team in the Atlantic League all season for a couple of games, and then 5 more big ones against this Bluefish team, which, certainly they would expect to take 3, 4, maybe 5 from their crosstown rivals with, again, the worst record in the Atlantic League right now.
I'm looking quickly at the pitching matchups for the weekend series. There'll be 3 lefties for the Ducks. Dontrell Willis will face right-hander Brian Greening on Friday. Bill Murphy, who has struggled this year, will go on Saturday against the righty Will Savage, who also has struggled. And then lefty Matt Way against lefty Horacio Ramirez in the final game on Sunday afternoon. So we're going to kick things now over to the soundtrack of the 2004 Atlantic League Championship DVD as we wait out this rain delay again. Keep it up to date here as well as at twitter.com/LIDucks for the status of tonight's game. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of this rain delay. Ducks trail 4-0 to the Bridgeport Bluefish.
Hi, I'm Chris King, the radio and TV voice of your Long Island Ducks. 2004 was a very special season for the Ducks, both on and off the field. From the first pitch of spring training until the final out of their championship victory, there were packed houses, nail-biting wins, and enough excitement to last a lifetime. During the Ducks' first ever trip to the Atlantic League playoffs, each of their 6 games was decided by just 1 run, with the Ducks winning 5 of those. In putting together this championship DVD, we'll take a walk down memory lane and take you step by step through the Long Island Ducks' 2004 Atlantic League Championship. Following another close call at the end of the 2003 season, the Ducks had finished second in 6 of 8 halves through their first 4 seasons of play and still had never qualified for a playoff spot. After a winter full of organizational meetings and player signings, the team headed down to spring training loaded with talent, brimming with confidence, and eager to prove that this team was different.
Well, when we got down to spring training, it was we kind of realized that this was kind of a special group of guys. And we all clicked from the very beginning, and our mission was, if we're going to be in the independent league and nobody's going to give us an opportunity to go play in organized ball, then we're going to try to do the absolute best that we can with our team. And like I said, we felt like we had a special talent and a special group of guys, and it was our goal to go out and win the championship.
He is all business on that 5th day. I tell you, he has his good times and whatever, and keeps everybody loose up to that point. And then, it's business day.
I expect to win, and I expect to win pretty much with the whole pitching staff. When you get Bill out there, he's going to fight you. He's going to fight you to the end. He never wants to come out, and that's always good.
Of the 25 players on Long Island's opening day roster, 14 had major league experience, highlighted by a pitching staff that featured Bill Pulsifer, Matt Beach, Matt DeWitt, Bill Seamus, and Lance Davis, all of whom had experienced success at the big league level.
Every spring training, especially with the Ducks, you go into it of not knowing how long you're going to keep your guys, and that's always a concern. But when we walked out on the field the first day, when Pulsifer and Seamus showed up, there was no longer any worry of what type of clubhouse we were going to have. The camaraderie was there just with those 2 individuals, and as a coach, as a manager, when you know your camaraderie is good, it solves a lot of problems. So everybody else was going to fit into place. All the guys that we had from the previous year, we knew were very good guys, very good individuals, and we pride ourselves with the Ducks of bringing in good individuals, not just statistics, but they got to be good people to play here. And as soon as we had those 2 guys, we knew we were set.
As the season began, Long Island came out of the gates on fire, emerging victorious in each of their first 6 games.
4, and the Ducks win the game. Final score, Long Island Ducks 5, Pennsylvania Road Warriors 4.
By the end of the season's first month, Long Island was on a roll, in first place with a 16-7 record.
We had a lot of guys returning from the year before. It was myself and Barty and Doug and JJ and stuff. Well, those guys,
you know, I know they remember the hurt that we felt in that last game and how close we were to it. And then getting guys like Pulsfer and Seamus and Lance and Beach and those guys in the beginning of the year, we knew we had a staff that could take us all the way. Of course, the big question was how long were we going to have them for? You know, which comes across every year with the Ducks, is that we start off great, and if somehow or another the guys get picked up, which is what the league is for, and you know, but it hurts our team club, and we never seem to make the playoffs because we got guys leaving, and sometimes you just can't replace those guys.
By mid-June, however, 3 of Long Island's top pitchers had been signed to Major League organizational deals. Clint Weibel was the first to go, followed by Matt DeWitt and Matt Beach. Following their departures, the Ducks hit a skid, and, following a July 5th loss at the hands of the Nashua Pride, found themselves 1 game behind the arch-rival Bridgeport Bluefish with just 7 games remaining in the season's first half. Despite regaining their footing in the following series against Pennsylvania, the Ducks found themselves needing a sweep of Bridgeport in the half's final series in order to earn a berth in the Atlantic League playoffs. All the Bluefish needed was 1 victory in the 3-game set, and the Ducks' playoff hopes would be dashed yet again. And the Ducks would have to do it against their arch-rivals on the road in a ballpark in which their playoff dreams died in the last week of the 2000 season. They'd also have to do it in a ballpark where they'd only won 13 times in 37 games coming into the season. You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane.
The 3-game series with Bridgeport during the July 10th through the 12th was quite an exciting series, and it was great to have the fans coming over. I mean, there was so many little facets of that particular series that was going into play that not a lot of people, unless you had been around and been a part of the Long Island Duck organization for a while, would really understand the complexity of it. With that veteran team that we had, you know, we knew that if we just went in and played 1 game at a time, which is, of course, very cliche, but yet it's very applicable for the situation. You know, if we win the first couple of games, you know, that we would put the pressure back on them, and that's what we did. The Monday night game, you know, after it being called after the 9 innings, was very frustrating for all of us, both teams in general.
I know the feeling after the game of that last night when it was raining. We were in the clubhouse and we were going, this can't happen. I mean, we can't end it like this. We had just come back. I mean, we battled our butts off. And so did Bridgeport. I mean, it was a great series that we played against them. We beat them the first 2 games of the series. It came down to that last game. They had scored a couple runs in the beginning, and we fought back to tie it. And you know, it came down to the 9th inning, and we were playing in the rain the whole game. And when they called the game and took us off the field because of the rain, it was like kind of mind-boggling. It was like, what are we doing? We've been playing in this for 9 innings, and all it takes is we finish 9 innings. You know, the next person to score will win.
So the Long Island Ducks headed home. The July 12th game was declared a tie, with a new August 9th game rescheduled to be played in its entirety and no playoff spot yet secured. Despite the fact that they had come so far, the Ducks had no closure. The second half would begin on Friday night, but there was still 4 weeks of baseball to play before the first half champion would be declared.
Well, so we start the second half of the season. We don't know who the first half champion is, and we're going to play that game 2.5, 3 weeks out. It really kept the tension around here at a certain pitch. Certainly kept all the fans' interest. We started to point our whole season towards 1 game, and that's sort of good and it's sort of bad. For the fans, it was you know, high drama. For us in our organization, it was high drama. For the ball players, so we were all focused in on that August 9th game.
And while the Ducks would have to wait for their chance to play for their first ever playoff spot, they would continue their pursuit of individual and team records that would fall during the magical 2004 season.
The Ducks' second half playoff drive has begun. But wait a minute, what about the first half?
Good question.
Something you've never even heard in baseball. Just like, let's put off the first half until a month later.
Because of a rainout, the Ducks and Bluefish have yet to decide who won the North Division. They'll replay the game in its entirety August 9th.
I mean, we definitely had momentum in our favor, and it was just too bad that it just had to stop like it did.
To have it end like that was really disappointing. We have some guys that do real well now. Who knows if Doug, Kamara Barty or Pulsford is going to be here come August 9th.
That could really change things.
They were a big part of our team.
"19 days and counting till August 9th.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane. When August 9th finally arrived, the team and its fans were ready.
My guys are ready to go. They're ready to play this game. As I'm sure these guys are too. I mean, it's about the playoffs. I mean, there's a couple of reasons why these players are all here in this league. One, to get back to organizations, and the other, get in the playoffs. And here it is right here on the table for them. So now it's whoever's the hungriest.
With more than 700 loyal Duck fans in attendance in Bridgeport, everything was on the line once again for Long Island's hometown team. In a game dubbed "One Game for All the Marbles" by Bridgeport officials, the Bluefish took an early 3-0 advantage against the Ducks and starter Brian Ricard.
Count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Avila.
And again, Lou, the rosters of these teams is quite different from what it was the last time we played this game on July 12th. The Ducks do have Garrick back. The Bluefish have Willis Otanez and DJ Boston back, but Long Island has lost Bill Pulsifer, Lance Davis, and Manny Ulloa, 3 of their best pitchers who've gone on to affiliated teams.
Beautiful pitch on the inside corner, and Ricard ends the inning, but
the Ducks showed their mettle, battling back and tying the game on Kamara Barty's 2-out, 2-run home run in the 5th inning off Bluefish ace Tim Kaine.
Kane delivers, swing and a miss, tied him up inside, and Kaine works ahead 0-2.
And a chance for Kamara to get some retribution, Lou, as it was Kamara Barty who popped out to second base back in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded and 1 away. So he gets another chance here to at least drive in 1 run if he can bring in Cole Liniak from second.
0-2 pitch, swung on and drilled to deep left field. Going back is Otanez. It's gone. A home run for Barty. A 2-run shot. And we are all tied at 4.
Well, for Kamara Barty, his team-leading 18th home run.
We were down early, so we were like, all right, now we got to fight back. But once you hit that 2-run home run and we're dead even, it's a whole new game. It's like, all right, it's 0-0. Now it's our game. We have the momentum. Let's take it. Let's go all the way with this.
Now Andrew Salvo. Be interesting to see if he tries to bunt here.
I would think so.
Bridgeport thinking bunt. Lualoa now coming in at 3rd, and Salvo bunts it. It's a good-looking bunt, and they're going to go to first. For a second, Sherman thought about going to second, but then got the sure out at first base. Salvo does his job. Sacrifice bunt sends Rodriguez down to second, and he is the potential go-ahead run for the Ducks.
Well, Andrew Salvo practices that bunt every day in batting practice, and in the biggest spot of the season for Long Island, he comes through as manager Don McCormack there, playing small ball here in a tie game, and now he hopes that Kevin Baez, who's had the best defensive play of the game for Long Island, can come through with some offense.
And the Duck fans making some noise now. Baez and Justin Davies will try to give the Ducks the lead. Baez swings and lifts it deep down the right field line. Pennyfeather is there, makes the catch. Rodriguez is going to try to go. Pennyfeather's throw is into the stands, and Rodriguez will score on the overthrow. Long Island takes the lead. It's 5-4 Ducks.
Well, can you believe it? Will Pennyfeather, who had the best catch of the game for the Bluefish and one of the best arms in the Atlantic League, just threw one into the seats, into the Duck fan section.
And as he did, Louis Rodriguez, who was tagging, is able to circle third and score. The Ducks have their first lead of the game in the top of the ninth on a Will Pennyfeather overthrow.
With the Ducks now holding a one-run lead, Long Island called on closer Bill Seamus for the final 3 outs.
And the Bluefish now down to their last strike.
And much like they do at Citibank Park, the Duck fans are on their feet throughout this ballpark, hundreds of them, standing and cheering for what they hope will be strike 3.
No balls, 2 strikes to Boston. Seamus gets the sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Long Island Ducks have won the first half championship in the Atlantic League's North Division. And the Ducks will go to the playoffs for the first time in franchise history.
And you see the jubilation on the mound. It has taken them 4 years, 3 months, and 12 days since the first pitch in franchise history was thrown back in April of 2000. But there will be postseason baseball on Long Island come September for the first time ever. And that guy, Bill Seamus, is the happiest man on the field.
The Ducks battle back.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane.
Once we got to that last inning once we brought Seamus in the 8th and we got through that, and knowing that, our cards are on the table. Everything that you kind of laid out before the game, how you want the game to go, and everything is just, it's right there for you. You just stick by your game plan that you pretty much have thought out. And when it gets down to it and it comes to, here it is, right on the table for Mr. Seamus, and the guy we've counted on the whole time. And it's like I've said before, he's one of them guys that you count on night in, night out. And it was just kind of a relaxed excitement watching him, because he just kind of manhandled Darryl Boston. It was really not much of a contest. And it was just, after that, it was such a relief, to finally get on the board with that first one, that the three of us, me, Buddy, and Dave, just kind of was embraced, and we let them do their thing on the field, and it was a relief sensation.
Following a dizzying post-game celebration, the Ducks returned to the reality of the second half. With 7 of their pitchers now gone and pitching for affiliated teams, the team struggled in the month of August, posting a record of 14-16 with a 5.63 ERA. With the key pitchers now departed, it was clear the Ducks' playoff hopes would depend on a promise made by a group of pitchers all the way back in spring training known as the Band: Bill Seamus, Bill Pulsifer, Matt Beach, and Lance Davis.
Those guys, upon leaving, vowed to us that if they didn't get called up to the big leagues, they'd come back, and that's the rest is history. Those people came back, and we played 7 consecutive one-run games.
Well, those at the end of the first half, prior to us having to reschedule the August 9th game, I remember being in the dugout and talking with Pointer about, and this is a guy that's won a World Series at the Major League level, and we both had the same feeling of playoff baseball. It doesn't matter where you're at, Little League or on up, it's just a special feeling, and that's the real reason that true baseball players play, and that's to have a chance to win a championship. Not for the money, not for the fame, not for anything like that. It's just to go out and compete at the highest level of your league, wherever it be, and you to be the top of it. It's really a special thing, winning a championship. And there's plenty of guys that play their whole careers and don't even make playoffs, let alone win a championship at any level. So it's really a special thing. And when a group of guys gets together and accomplishes something, it's camaraderie. It's a very special thing.
On September 14th, the leader of the Band, lefty Bill Pulsifer, was the first to make good on his promise to return. Within 5 days, Seamus, Beach, and Davis followed suit, and Long Island's once awe-inspiring pitching staff was back at full strength just in time for the team's first ever playoff appearance. The first playoff game in franchise history was on the road on Tuesday, September 21st, 2004 at historic Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. The Nashua Pride held a 10-8 advantage over the Long Island Ducks in the regular season, and they featured an explosive offense led by former Major League All-Star Dante Bichette. Despite rallying late in the game, the Ducks fell 3-2, and their playoff hopes were in danger just one game into the best-of-3 series.
Yeah, you'd like to, you'd like to win that first game, but we were coming back home, so I thought it was a great game, and up there we just didn't, we didn't make our move late in the game like we normally do, and then you come back here and you have all this enthusiasm. You have this 4 years of frustration, which is more in-house than it is the new players that came in. They had nothing to do with being defeated. There are a couple guys here, Justin Davies and Doug Jennings, who had gone through all these close losses for all these years, and then you have the fans who had gone through that.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane. After dropping Game 1 of the Atlantic League North Division playoffs in Nashua, the Ducks returned home to a raucous Citibank Park for the first home playoff game in franchise history. The sellout crowd had waited 5 years for this night to arrive. 6,322 strong and armed with thundersticks was in full throat as Bill Pulsifer headed out to the mound.
The first playoff game here at Citibank Park was obviously very personal to me and very special for me. And I've been to Super Bowls, and I've been to Final Four in college basketball games, and been to a tremendous amount of, played in a few championship games myself. But this was, from the time I walked from my office to my seat, it was like I was in the game, and so were 6,000 other people. This was an electric night for the fans and for our whole organization. I mean, it really felt like I had to put my chin strap on, actually, and get ready to play. Almost had that football game feeling to it, not a baseball game. So it wasn't lost on anyone in the house that night how important this game was, and that we were really ready to play that baseball game.
After Pulsifer exited with a one-run lead in the 7th inning, relievers Jordan Zimmerman and Joe Cotton got the game to the 8th inning for Bill Seamus, who slammed the door shut on the Nashua Pride with a 6-out save. With a 3-2 victory of their own, the Ducks were headed to the decisive Game 3, with Lance Davis headed to the hill. Davis was dazzling in Game 3, tossing 7 2/3 innings of shutout ball before giving way to Joe Cotton, who closed out the 8th inning. And while Davis was brilliant, his counterpart on Nashua, former Duck Denny Harriger, was equal to the task, leaving Long Island clinging to a 1-0 lead going into the final inning of play.
Interesting, we're going against Denny Harriger, who we had let go, and we always thought with Denny, if you can get him early, you're going to get him big. And we got him a little bit early, but then he settled down and pitched a great game. He really pitched a great game, and I was just amazed at the pitches he was throwing where he wanted to. But we just had better pitching that day. We had Lance Davis and we had Bill Seamus, and they didn't.
After Seamus closed out the Pride in the 9th, the Ducks had clinched the North Division title and were headed to the Atlantic League's championship round. The post-game celebration was subdued as the players in the clubhouse knew there was still one more mountain to climb. The Ducks would battle the Camden River Sharks in a best-of-5 Atlantic League Championship Series starting Friday night, September the 24th at Citibank Park in Central Islip. Game 1 of the Atlantic League Championship Series was a high-scoring affair. With Long Island leading 10-6 in the top of the 9th inning and the bases loaded, manager Don McCormick turned to Joe Cotton to get the game's final 2 outs. For once, Long Island's bullpen didn't respond. as former Montreal Expo Chris Widger stepped to the plate and hit a grand slam home run to tie the game at 10. In extra innings, it was Justin Davies who took center stage and played the hero. The original Duck, who had amassed over 500 games in a Long Island uniform, was now in position to register his first game-winning playoff hit. Facing Camden's Evan Thomas with Jason Johnson on third and 2 outs, Davies lined a shot to right field with 2 strikes to deliver an 11-inning, 4-hour and 22-minute Ducks win and a 1-0 series advantage heading into Saturday night's Game 2.
Well, here we are in Game 1 of the championship series. The game's tied. I think it was in the 11th inning or 12th inning. I know it was extra innings, and then I came up with 2 outs facing Evan Thomas, who just recently came back from winning a championship with Buffalo in AAA. 2 down and man on, I think he was on the third. And he got 2 quick strikes against me. And I'm saying, all right, I know that he's going to try and end up throwing a curveball really low inside, and because he had a really good curveball and trying to throw it low and into the lefty, trying to ground out somewhere. So I just kind of relaxed, took a deep breath, and just tried to put the bat on the ball and let something happen. I wasn't really aiming for the hole, to hit the ball between first and second. I just saw the ball, I saw the break, stayed with it, put the bat on the ball. And once I saw that ball go to the infield, it was just a shot of adrenaline just went right through me. I can't believe I did it. I get to hit the base when it hit. But I mean, it's a tribute to my teammates because, guys had to get on base. Guys had to put me in that situation. We had to fight. We had to score 11 runs in the first place in order to get there.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on LIDucks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane. In Saturday night's Game 2, first baseman Doug Jennings began the proceedings with a first-inning 2-run home run that staked Long Island to an early lead. For the second consecutive night, Justin Davies played the hero, singling off the glove of third baseman Brad Strauss to drive home Rodriguez for a 5-4 win in the game and a 2-0 Ducks series lead.
I remember sitting in the dugout a couple innings before saying, you know what, it'd be cool if I had the opportunity to do this again. And it finally presented itself, I was like, wow, I mean, this is something else. I mean, here I am, I have an opportunity to do this, but I was facing Rizzo. And that's a guy that I don't really care to face. He's a left-handed thrower, he's got a hard cutter. He's a really good pitcher, and I said, all right, this is not going to be easy. And once again, I just tried to put the bat on the ball and make something happen. I think I had less than 2 outs this time. And the infield was in, Brad Strauss was in, and I just hit a little chopper right over his head. Nothing great, nothing too fancy, just luck of the bounce, and we did it. And I remember seeing that ball going over his glove and saying, holy cow, this is unbelievable to do that again.
With the series switching sites to Campbell's Field in Camden, New Jersey for Sunday night's Game 3, the Ducks sent their best to the Hill, Bill Pulsipher, to try to clinch the Atlantic League Championship. Camden broke out on top early, plating 3 runs on 4 hits in the top of the first off Bill Pulsipher, and the score remained 3-0 into the 5th inning, with River Sharks ace Lincoln Mickelson tossing a no-hitter against Long Island through the first 4 innings. After Jason Johnson singled to break up the no-no, Rusty McNamara scalded a shot down the left field line that scored Doug Jennings for the first Long Island run. Matt Garrick followed that with a sac fly to left that plated Johnson, cutting the Camden lead to 3-2. In the 7th, Long Island took the lead for good as McNamara drove home Jennings for the tying run, and Kevin Baez was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to give Long Island its first lead of the game. After Long Island went quietly in the top of the 8th, manager Don McCormick called once again on closer Bill Seamus. The appearance was the first for Seamus since his save against Nashua in the deciding game of the divisional playoffs, and McCormack, along with the hundreds of Flock faithful in attendance, was hoping for more of the same.
We are back here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, and once again today's game, it has just been ruled by the umpires. Today's game has been called due to the inclement weather. It is a final game, an official game, since they have played more than 5 innings. The Bluefish have the lead, so they win it tonight 4-0 over the Ducks. So with the win, the Bluefish improved to 17-34. Ducks dropped to 22-29, and Long Island has their 3-game winning streak snapped and cannot get the series sweep of the Bluefish.
Again, though, a successful homestand, though, Michael. 5-2 on the homestand. They win back-to-back series at home, a place they hadn't won a single series, and take that momentum on the road, hopefully through Lancaster and Camden before they get back home for a big 8-game homestand that starts a week from tomorrow night.
And this will be a big road trip for the Ducks, going away from Bethpage Ballpark, where they went 5-2 in a very successful homestand for the Ducks, winning back-to-back series. That was a key. I'm sure the Ducks would have liked to get the sweep here tonight, but Hunter Jones really was the story for the Bridgeport Bluefish tonight, as he shut down the Ducks lineup completely and had probably his best start, maybe second best start throughout the course of this year.
Hard to believe, again, he came in with just 1 win on the season and an ERA of 7.63, but he was terrific, and this Duck team that was firing on all cylinders offensively really never found their rhythm. He kept them off balance all night long. You mentioned the one opportunity where the Ducks loaded the bases but couldn't get anything across, and give Hunter Jones credit. He had a plan. He executed it extremely well, and again, he got the victory for the Bluefish, just their 4th win in their last 24 games.
Hunter Jones allowing just 3 hits and a walk. He struck out 5 batters, no runs allowed, so Hunter Jones will be tonight's Nico Lock Player of the Game. Nico Lock retaining walls and paving stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry. And looking at that out-of-town scoreboard again, only 2 other games going on tonight in the Atlantic League. One is down in Southern Maryland. That's the one the Ducks have had their eye on, and right now the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs have a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning over the Lancaster Barnstormers. Darryl Thompson has allowed just 1 hit in 6 innings for the Blue Crabs. Dwayne Pollock, the starter tonight for the Lancaster Barnstormers. York Revolution and Somerset Patriots finally underway after a long rain delay in Somerset prior to the start of that game. No score in the top of the 1st inning. It's Paul Phillips against Chris Cody in that game. Yankees and Athletics are still playing there in the top of the 18th inning out in Oakland, California, still tied at 2 apiece. 1 home run in the game. Robinson Cano, his 16th of the year for the Yankees, and that came all the way back earlier in the game in the top of the 1st inning. So the Yankees have not scored a run in 17 straight innings since that top of the 1st inning. Mets and the Cardinals played earlier today at Citi Field, and the Cardinals won it 2-1 over the Mets. Adam Wainwright, the win improved to 10-3. Matt Harvey, the loss, fell to 5-1. Mujica, his 19th save of the year, and Marlon Byrne hit his 10th home run of the season. Just about to get underway down in San Antonio. Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Heat and the Spurs. Spurs lead that series 2-1.
Well, again, that Yankee game, luckily for Yankee fans, was a 1 o'clock start out west, 4 o'clock here. Can you imagine if that was a 10 o'clock start as the last 2 games have been? That game could still be going on at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, and I don't think there would be many, if any, people here on the East Coast staying up for that one.
That'll do it from here. Once again, the final score tonight from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. In a rain-shortened affair, it was the Bridgeport Bluefish 4 and the Long Island Ducks 0. We do invite you to join us for our next Long Island Ducks broadcast. That'll be tomorrow night when the Ducks visit the Lancaster Barnstormers to kick off a 7-game road trip with the first of 3 at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The pregame show starts at 6:50 p.m. We'll throw the first pitch at 7:05, and you'll hear it all right here on Long Island's home for Ducks baseball, LIDucks.com, YouTube.com/DucksBaseball, and, of course, back on our flagship radio station, 103.9 RCN on your FM dial. For my partner, Michael Pollack, I'm Chris King saying thanks so much for listening. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night from Pennsylvania Dutch Country. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, everybody, and good night from the Duck Pond.